Tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy and a high of 21. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low down to 8. Saturday, partly sunny at times and a high of 18. Sunday, cloudy, isolated showers in the area and a high of 10. Monday, partly sunny and a high of 12. Currently in downtown Regina, partly cloudy sky, and it is 21.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sportscage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sportscage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Thursday. One day away from Riders and Red Blacks. Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Cage. Barney with you. Colson's in the pocket. Sharky is going to be riding shotgun today. We got 3 hours for you. Whether you're watching through YouTube, remind me to tell you guys a funny story about watching the YouTube channel. You can get us on all the streams as well. And of course, most probably the old-fashioned stick, as they call it, on 620 CKRM. Lots of Rider stuff, getting ready for the Red Blacks. We're going to hear from Coach Mace. We're going to hear from Kean Schaefer-Baker. If you missed the Campbell Fair interview, the exclusive Dave Thomas had yesterday, we had a couple clips from that. Mark McConkey, head coach of the wagon that is the U of R Rams, is going to join us here in hour number 1. We'll talk some betting as we go along. Arash Madani's in hour 2. SJHL report, Jacob Faith from the SJHL is going to be in studio with us. We'll talk to that. We're going to hear from Antoine Brooks Jr. of the Riders, Glen Suitor, and Kent Majuri in hour 3. Special teams coach. Special teams coach. He's going to talk about the punter. Maybe the kicker. Because lots going on with the kicker. The kicking of the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the last 2 weeks.
Is he the coach of the special teams or a special teams coach?
I said special teams. What's going on? First off, let's start with here. Sharky, when he's rolling into the studio, the program on Thursdays is for Access Communications. We know that they're trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. When Sharky's on, he's brought to you by Flooring Superstore. Trent Dickin and his team just celebrated 20 years in business. You've been in business for 20 years.
You're doing something
right. Even if it's criminal activity, you're doing something right. If you've been doing it for 20 years,
you're good. Yeah,
they do good stuff over there.
They do.
I was talking to someone that they're a do-it-yourselfer. Yeah, they got the saws and all this fancy stuff. And they're like, I went in and we needed some laminate done in the cabin and all that. And I'm just sitting there nodding. Oh yeah, cool. It's like, yeah, great prices. And we had like a weird square footage for what they wanted. And then he's like, and then the wife wanted this. And I'm like, whatever, bud. This story's already old. I think we were golfing. I'm like, I hit my ball. Yeah, Flooring Superstore. You could talk golf with those guys all day long, too. They're on Park Street. Cash and carry prices are awesome. But if you need someone to do the job, especially if it's an insurance claim, go say, hey, no, I don't need you to help me. I'll go to Flooring Superstore. They can help me. Okay. I want to start with Tuesday night. Yep. Truth and Reconciliation Day. And the Western Canada Pro Scouts put on the event that we are pumping here for a few months at the Connexus Arts Center. I think I talked about this yesterday.
I heard a little bit of it yesterday. Yep.
The grand entry.
Yep.
Sign me up for that any day of the week.
That was very good. Yeah, enjoyed that.
If you're listening out there and there's a grand entry, just call me. I'll come out to it.
Yeah.
When that drum starts going.
And the singers, that was fantastic. That part I really enjoyed.
I remember in elementary school in King George in Saskatoon, we'd get to experience a lot of that stuff often, right? And whether it's at the school or we'd go places and all that. And it took me back and I'm like, man, I forgot. Like, you kind of almost took it for granted. And the different ceremonies and all that. It was great. They had so many people speaking,
Yes.
and on the hot stove that it was almost like too much. Like I'm like, okay, because you just asked me what stories stood out for you, and I was like,
You know what? They tried to include as many players as possible, and I liked that part. But they didn't need all talk, right? They didn't need all have their 2 or 3 questions. They could have taken 3 or 4 guys and just made the focus about them and got stories and questions from
Brian
them.
Trottier. I'd still be asking him questions.
I thought Jordan Tutu was the best speaker. That's no offense to anybody else, but I thought Tutu did a very, very nice job up there, telling stories and just talking about life.
He shoots from the hip.
He does.
And
He looks like he can still play.
That's what I said yesterday.
Yeah.
Little thin. He'd need to beef up a bit.
Yeah, but he looked really good.
He could fly. He could buzz.
Yeah.
But it was a great event put on. I think that from front to back, I had to leave a little bit earlier. Did Trottier sing?
He did. Yeah, we went and got an axe for him. He sang a song. Yeah, him and the spotter for the auction group.
What song?
Folsom Prison Blues, I believe it was. Yeah. But it was right at the end, and lots of people were leaving. If they'd have done that earlier, might have got a little bigger response.
Is that I hear the train a coming? No, Folsom Prison Blues. How does that start?
Yeah, I think so. I got to look it up, but I think so.
Well, we're off to a rousing start. We're on point here today. Prairie Land Rentals text line's always open for you to communicate with us. 936-6262. Prairie Land Rentals. I just was talking to the owner today, and starting to roll in Husqvarna snow throwers. They're because they throw the snow. They're not so. And last year, people were like, "Nah, I don't need one. I can get by." And then remember when we got what month did we get dumped on? Was it
I think
January
it was
or February?
No, wasn't there one in December?
I thought December was a little dry.
Yeah, but you needed it. You couldn't work without it.
And it was like late in the year, and then he said sold everything out, all that. So they're bringing in as many as they can. Prairie Land Rentals text lines 936-6262. I should mention that we have winning to do today as well. We, at some point, are going to give away rider tickets. Not yet. And we also have concert tickets to the James Barker Band again in Moose Jaw at the Temple Gardens Center in Moose Jaw coming up November 20th. James Barker Band. Energy, country music, country and a little bit of Western.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Well,
what night?
November 20th. I'm actually in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I can't go.
I'm free.
Well, maybe there's an extra. Maybe if somebody wins one and they want to take you. You know a lot of people, too.
I'm a lot of fun.
You were at that event on Tuesday, and wow, you were. I couldn't even talk to you. People were talking to you here. It's like lots of females like talking to Sharky. I found out. Hey,
I can be very sweet when I have
not
to.
a player. I just crush a lot. Yeah, no, you were working the room. It was nice. I knew Dan Croft was going to text me on my personal phone. I knew that was coming. Oh, we should mention with Croft, we also have the NASCAR report.
We do.
Coming up today. Okay, so we're at that event. It's going late. I got a jet. Shout out Robbie and I. We had to make the decision. We were like, oh, should we wait for the 50-50? And I'm like, man, we're not going to win anyway. Although I'm on a bit of a heater when it comes to 50-50s. I won one last year. So then we leave. But then you're with Dana Harbus.
Yeah.
Harbus?
Yeah, Harbus. Yep.
Which I find out that he's from where around my dad was from, the Prudhomme, Dana area.
That's where we're going hunting Saturday.
Yeah, and then you guys, it was 11 o'clock, or it was darn near 11 o'clock, and you guys were talking about, we got to get up at 4. We got to get up at 4. We're going hunting tomorrow.
We did.
I'm like, what are you still doing here?
Well, I was responsible for the guitars. I had to stay and make sure that he got a guitar and take those away.
Couldn't you pawn that off on somebody?
I eventually gave it to Brenner and said, you look after it. But yeah. So Trottier got to play his song, picked the guitar up, and on my way.
So that is
how it starts, by the way.
Yeah.
The train
Folsom Prison Blues.
I hear the train coming.
He's rolling around the bend.
So I don't know anything about hunting. I don't know anything. I went through this the other day. I'd like to drive a combine. I'd like to go out there.
I'd like to see that, too.
I'd like to
they
do a few up and downs. What was it called? Swaths?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You would combine the swath is what you would combine.
But I know less about hunting.
Yep.
Obviously, it's like you're killing something. You went hunting for what?
Pheasants.
Okay. I have no idea. How many hours were you actually pitted in or whatever they call it.
We were actually hiking. So when you hunt pheasants, you walk, right? You walk with your dogs.
How far?
Well, probably yesterday we put on about 12 to 15K.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you're looking slender.
I feel slender today.
Okay, so...
And that's not walking on flat ground, right? That's not concrete walking. That is high grass, slough grass, through trees, everything else.
Yes, they do have... I think, excavators at Prairie Land Rentals text line. You can call them and find out.
Yep.
So you're... pheasants, I'm going to go... Is it over, under 8? I'll say over.
That we shot yesterday?
Yeah.
We were under 7.
Okay.
7. So it was kind of a tough day. Lots of cover for them yet because a lot of the grass hasn't frozen off or died back, so they could really hide, and they were holding really tight. Like the dogs literally had to get right on them to get them up. So
I have no idea what you're talking about there.
So the pheasant's hiding in the grass, right?
Yeah.
And it's
not hiding, it's living.
Well, it's hiding at this point because the dogs are trying to get them.
Oh, they know the dogs are out.
And they know the dogs are out. Okay. So the dogs are on there, and the dogs are pushing at them, trying to get them out of the grass or jumping right around them, trying to get them to move. And they were holding super tight. Like they would not jump. They would not leave when the dog pointed at them. They would hold and hold and hold. You had to give the dog the command to go and get them.
Would the dog just ever go grab it and start ripping it around if it could?
It happens every now and then, but it doesn't happen very often. Yeah.
So then these things fly up in the air. Like now we're playing Duck Hunt on
exactly.
Nintendo.
Yeah, it's Duck Hunt Nintendo.
And you boom, boom, boom.
You try to just boom.
Just
not
one.
3 booms. Yeah.
Because how much is each? Was it a bullet?
It's a shotgun shell.
It's a shell.
Yeah.
I knew that actually. That was dumb. How much is each shell?
To buy?
Yeah.
Depending on the kind you buy and whatever. Pick $1. $1 to $1.25 a shell.
Can I buy them on Temu? Is there
I've never looked for them on Temu.
Okay, so then it hits the deck.
Yeah.
Dog goes and gets it.
Yeah, brings it back.
And then what do you do with it?
Put it in your backpack till you get home, and then you clean it up and make it for dinner.
So you guys are hiking around for 12 kilometers with a backpack full of pheasants.
Well,
you put them in like some sort of Ziploc bag so it's not bleeding everywhere?
No, actually the jacket's right in my truck. You just put the pheasant in the back of the jacket and then pull them out afterwards and put them in the truck. And once they're dead and in the truck, the dogs don't bother with them.
How much do these things weigh each?
2 to 3 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not very heavy.
I think I'm thinking more geese.
Yeah, geese are big. Yeah, pheasants are small. Like pheasants are like chicken size.
What is with the amount of geese in this city? Like, is it not to the point where it's gross? It is. Goose crap everywhere.
It is. It's incredibly gross. And by the way, people, do not stop for them on the road. You will never hit one. They get out of the way. Trust me, they move fast enough. They can get out of the way. If you're stopping for geese at a crosswalk, you will get lambasted by me on the horn. Get out of the drive. They will move. Don't worry. If they don't, it's Darwin's.
So then you're going out Sunday to the Saturday near Dana Radar.
Yeah.
Up to number 2.
Yep.
That road can be sketchy. And
now we're moose hunting Sunday.
Oh, I was going to say, is it pheasant there?
No. There's no pheasants up there. Moose. Oof. So we got a moose tag, and
I hear all my buddies talk about tags, and I got a tag. I got what's it called when you get drawn?
Yes, you get drawn. So there's a limited number of tags for an area.
I figure that.
So you apply to that area, you get drawn for one of the limited number of tags.
Is it same with bear?
Bear doesn't have any draw zones. Bear's wide open.
Really?
So if you want to buy a bear tag, you can buy a bear tag, right? So moose, elk, mule deer all have draws. Antelope.
They should just let people shoot geese at this point.
They do.
Like they should be like you can be able to rent some sort of.
You can rent us. We'll come out and do it. If you've got a problem, call us.
It's gross. We went to my wife we had to go drop my daughter off somewhere in the east, and there's like a nice area, nice houses in behind like the new Sherwood Co-op there.
Yeah.
That nice area. And it was like, oh, this is really nice. And then you look at the water lane and the park, and it's nothing but geese and goose crap.
Goose crap.
That's so sad.
You think of the 2 big golf courses we got are just covered with goose crap on certain holes.
No way to live.
Yeah. Their season is on. It started September 1st, goes till December 15th, and daily limit, I believe, is 8 of the Canadas, 20 of the Snows. Get out and do your part.
There's a limit.
There is a limit.
Can someone take my limit?
If you were there. You just have to sit there.
How long?
Well, till we get done. Just drink coffee.
Can I watch football like if we go Sunday?
Yeah, you can put your headphones on. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have to wear camo, though. You got any camo?
Yeah, I do. I got a pair of Gore-Tex camo pants, and I have an old, I think it says the A-Team on it, T-shirt.
We might need to swing by a sporting goods store and update you a little bit. Yeah.
What's the age limit? Because if he brings his kids, that's another 8 per kid, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the minimum is.
Then just take my kids. Seriously, for the day. They would love it. Me?
They might.
Oh, they would. They'd absolutely eat it up. The boy's into fishing. Love. Anyone takes him fishing?
He's happy, is he?
Buddy Shane took him fishing, and they caught like monsters. And they were sending pictures, and I'm like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So, okay, that is our hunting and fishing segment brought to you by.
We got to get a sponsor for the hunting and fishing segment.
Plentywood. What's that hotel in Plentywood?
Sherwood House.
The Sherwood House in Plentywood. Well, what a riot that place is. Okay, so we're Riders tomorrow, and we're going to have CJ Rivas at safety.
Yeah.
That's been released.
I looked him up. He's played it in college, played it in the NFL, tried out with Jacksonville and Atlanta at that position. I don't think it's a stretch for him to play safety, other than it's slightly different in the Canadian Football League. What's interesting is Brooks Jr. going to the strong linebacker. I think that's interesting, right? But Reeves gives him the best look back there, and I can see the move. So yeah, it's a good move.
This interview we got coming up later with Brooks Jr.
Yep,
it's good. It was from yesterday. Dave has it. I had no idea he played quarterback. So then he goes into like thinking like a quarterback and why. So yeah, so that's a good one coming up. 936-6262. What's everyone thinking about, I guess, the changes that that the Riders have? Kean Schaefer-Baker in.
Yep.
Out, we got Lawther. We talked about that yesterday. Yep. Dave Thomas broke that one. Tommy Stevens out.
Do we know what's going on there?
Anderson out.
Stevens banged up.
Onyeka's on
he's on the bus.
He's you hear the train a coming.
He gone.
Johnson, Picton, and the Stevens is out.
Lineman.
Yeah. So, and I think the big one is, how is Campbell Fair going to fare in Ottawa? Look at the temperature there, Colson. What's the weather like tomorrow?
Yeah, what do we got?
I can't see it being windy this time of the year in Ottawa.
You know, we
need winds of change in Ottawa, but I don't think
we're going to get them out of this. Hey, listen, I think this is a good game for the Riders to put some guys in some different spots and to give them that look. Ottawa's a team that's not very strong, hasn't played exceptionally well all year long.
That's what scares me.
It does scare you a little bit, but at the same time, their strength of character being where they are might not make them somebody that's going to challenge the Riders. So it's a chance for Fair to maybe get a couple kicks. The move putting CJ at safety, right? That's a place to do it. I think there's good moves going into this game, and I like it. And you know what? Our defense has not excelled, so some changes were necessary.
Sunny and 24 around kickoff tomorrow. Wind about 10 kilometers an hour.
Oh, beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Perfect day.
Yeah.
Little bit of humidity.
Football.
Nothing to worry about, though.
See, I will
Cold
disagree.
beer is still available.
I will disagree with you on the fact that at this point it worries me. The changes. I don't want to see new guys playing in a lot of different positions. I want the band back together. I want what was good. But it's football. It's a contact sport. There's going to be injuries. So
we got 4 games to go, right? There's still time to put the band back together and get back out on the road.
Bertrand Houdon.
I like that addition. I do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thomas the Train.
He just brings so much to the offense. Whether he runs, blocks, or catches passes out of the backfield. I just love what he does for the offense, and the 1-2 punch with Ouellette is just fantastic.
Jake Mayers and Jack Cohn, because Tommy Stevens is out now. Are they going to do the AJ Ouellette on short yardage, which we saw? Am I crazy, or was last week the first time we saw that all year?
This year? No, we've seen it once or twice this year before.
Yeah,
that.
I missed it. They must have totally.
Yeah, I missed it too.
I must have been in the bag.
Yeah,
must have been a summer game. I was at the lake.
I think when they've thrown that package out, Dave's and Luke have usually said it's because they want to keep the pace of the game going. They don't want to slow the game down, get all the big guys in, get Tommy Stevens in, and then get them out when they get the first down. They just want to keep the momentum of the drive going.
Just quick. Yeah, Colin on the YouTube chat, with Stevens out, are we going to see more AJ under center? Yeah, that's what that's what I'm wondering. Or
Bertrand. Think of that.
I don't know about that.
Man's a monster.
Could be a stretch.
Yeah.
So there's that. Kean Schaefer-Baker in.
And here's
long time coming.
Here's the one with Schaefer-Baker. If he's healthy enough to go, let's get him in and get him some game time before we get to the playoffs. Let's not make the first game the end of the last game of the season or the playoffs. Let's get him in and get him some snaps.
Do you have that Kean clip?
Yes.
Colson, let me know when you got it, because he did talk to Dave on how it's been dealing with the injury since week 1.
A long process. A lot of hardships with it, but a lot of beauties in it as well. You know, it's finding the blessing in the lesson each and every single day. And, you know, this process has taught me a lot. And when you love something so much, you're willing to go to the end of the world for it. So, and this is something I'll do that for.
If you take a look around the receivers room for the Roughriders, right, you've got yourself, and there's Emilus, and then you've got Keyshawn Johnson, and Dante Myers, and Joe Robustelli, and Tommy Neild, and Mitch Picton, and Del Duncan Busby, and Joe. That's a heck of a room.
Oh, yeah, the ceiling's untapped with this group, you know. We got so many great players all around, whether it's O-line to the special teams to the quarterback room. We have so much depth, and, you know, that just pushes each guy every single day to just be their best self. You know, when you step on this field, you know you got someone right behind you who's trying to take your spot. And, you know, that just makes you be the best version of yourself each and every single day.
Looking back at your injury, you have had past injury experience that has unfortunately cost you extended periods on the injured list. Has that past experience helped you get back in any way?
Definitely, you know, it's all part of the process. You know, we play a very physical sport, and these things are going to happen. I wish I could come out here and play every single game and not suffer any injuries, but, you know, that's just how the game goes sometimes. And when those things do happen, you know, you're in complete control of what you can control. So I've been in this situation before, and there's just so many little things that you could take away and just get better from, even though you're not out on the field practicing every single day.
He's a positive fellow. I feel sometimes that he just got out of a Tony Robbins seminar.
He does seem to have a lot of quote style answers. Yes,
and that's a long time to be out since week 1.
It is.
Colson,
goofy injury with his foot, but yeah, long time.
You have something, Colson?
Yeah, I was just doing the math yesterday, and so Tavon Campbell's missed 3 games this year.
Yep.
All 3 of those have been losses.
I'm aware.
Yeah. The only one he was in for that we lost was the second match with Calgary.
Yeah.
So we've got another Campbell in the lineup now. Do we think that's going to make a difference? Campbell Fair.
There is a question, people.
Yeah. Was it the Campbell? Was it the name or the position? Yes.
Let Colson know. 936-6262. Ed Stevens. Any relation? He chimes in on the YouTube chat. AJ took a good number of direct snaps against Montreal. Again, missed that one, Ed.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. I knew the Sportscage listeners would correct me if I was wrong. Speaking of the YouTube chat and the YouTube channel, because most people listen on the radio, no doubt about that. Then there's the streams, and then a lot of people listen on the podcast after, because they just, like me, I can't listen at this time, right? So I listen later to pods. I was at the gym. Go ahead, make your jokes. Ha ha ha. And gentleman in the locker room comes up and says, "Hey, are you Barney Shinkaruk?" I'm like, "Oh, do I owe this guy money?" Who is
That's
this guy?
never a good start to a question.
Who is this guy? I thought, and I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah. You do the Sportscage?" "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I was driving," and he saw it, like he watched it. He's like, "Oh," and really kind words, really nice.
Yep.
So it was good, and I was like, yeah. Sometimes I forget that we are visual.
Yeah.
That people can see it. I notice myself sometimes like scratching my face or whatever, and I'm like, "You're on."
Do you ever get where somebody's looking at you and they're giving you the, "I know you somehow," and I'm like, "Nope, not a clue, man. No idea who you are."
Because I was a shady character my whole life. So I just think that's why people are giving. It's called the stink eye.
Yeah, I always
that
start
guy
with,
giving me the
"Did we
stink
meet
eye?"
in prison?" And if they go no, then we can break that one off the list, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My
I tend to ask fewer questions after that, too.
My stint was short, and it was in Mexico. James Hamilton, he says, let the camper take the third and short snaps. AJ.
The camper?
89 plays a lot of air guitar at practice now that he's back. Time to produce, James says.
James, I can get him an axe if we need a live one. Yeah.
I believe the camper is referencing to AJ living in a camper trailer.
Yeah. I like that. I love that about him.
Sort of like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. Is that what he's got going on?
I've never seen the show.
The movie?
The movie.
There's 4 of them.
I know.
Never?
It was never my thing, man. I was more like...
You were watching Youngblood over and over again.
For sure. Or The Karate Kid. Let's go, Miyagi-Do. When did Lethal Weapon come out?
It was
like
80s.
in the 80s.
Oh, I know it was in the 80s, but...
I got the number. Need a guess.
Oh.
He's Googleizing it already.
Without looking, I'll say 87.
Bang on.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, look up When Coming to America and Stand By Me came out.
Oh, those are very similar.
Those are the kinds that I was watching over. And Stand By Me, Coming to America, The Burbs.
Yeah.
My son loves The Burbs. My daughter was like, I don't see what's so funny.
I've never seen The Burbs.
Although daughter had a sleepover last weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And I put the IPTV on in the sunroom the next day to throw football on. And they were watching Coming to America.
There we go.
She's like, hey, we're going to watch one of my dad's old shows.
You felt like a pretty happy dad then, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I'm like, so then the girls went home and like, yeah, Gabby made us watch some old movie that her dad
Some
used
old
to love.
creepy movie?
Coming to a movie, it's not creepy, it's funny.
Stand By Me was 86. Coming to America was 88. The Burbs was 89.
We've covered four years of movies there.
Greatest stretch of
Yeah.
cinematography right there. On the Rider front, so you talk about how you like that they can move things around and all this. Ottawa scared. Now, every team in the league scares me. That's just where it is for me right now. Coach Mace talked about how they are planning on stopping, it's Mace 2, stopping the quarterback for Ottawa, which is Mr. Drew Brown.
We got to make some plays on the ball, no doubt. I mean, certainly, he can put that thing out there, but ultimately, whether it's putting pressure on them through rushing 4 or sending pressure, Winnipeg did a good job knocking balls down, or taking advantage of tips and overthrows. However it looks, we just got to capitalize on those opportunities, and then ultimately just try to hold them to one less point than we get.
He doesn't scare you.
No. I mean, he's a better than average quarterback. I just don't think he's got the rest of the tools around him to be really, really successful. I will say this, so if you look at our last 2 games where we've had breakdowns defensively, they've been in our defensive backfield, and that's part of the replacement of the safety. I think that's one of the moves they had to make, and there just wasn't a spot to keep him if he couldn't cover anybody.
Funny you say that, because then Mace talked about how to avoid the breakdowns with new faces on the defense.
Nah, it's just it's always, even when you have a stagnant lineup. Sometimes there's communication errors or not taking the tips of the week and how we'll attack certain concepts. So I mean, it's football. It happens, but when you do have some rotation of guys in there, it's got to be even more tight as far as communication and identifying things. So, whether it's the exact same or new guys rolling in, it's over communication is key.
We're going to hear more from Coach Mace probably a little bit later, Antoine Brooks Jr., then Kent Majuri. So keep them coming, 936-6262. I see a few of you there are texting in on your thoughts for the game coming up tomorrow right here on 620 CKRM. It is a Sports Cage. We're streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Red Sox jersey today.
I see that.
Red Sox jersey on today. And always we are on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
Rider Nation lives on 620 CKRM. I'm Dave Thomas, voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Friday is game day as the Riders take on the Ottawa Red Blacks. Countdown to kickoff with Justin Dunk and Tegan Whitco's at 2:30. The pregame show's at 4:30, and kickoff with Luke Mullender and I is at 5:30. Saskatchewan Roughrider football on the Cooperators Rider Broadcast Network is brought to you by
Young's Equipment, GMS Insurance, and PlayNow.com. Stream every moment of Rider football at Sportscage.com.
Freeze Tolman wants you to get her done before the winter. They can save you time and hassle by delivering your building materials directly to your home or cottage. They have siding, roofing, brown-treated lumber, composite decking, aluminum railing, fencing, everything you need to finish your outdoor building projects before snow falls. Visit freezetolman.com or see them in Regina or Fort Capel. Freeze Tolman. Let's get you building.
For sale, 2 quarters of farmland southwest of Bethune in the RM of Dufferin. Bids must be delivered to the Curran and Fielding Law Firm in Moose Jaw on or before 1 p.m. October 6. The seller is not obliged to accept the highest or any bid and may reject all bids. That's 2 quarters of farmland for sale in the RM of Dufferin. For information, call the Curran and Fielding Law Firm in Moose Jaw, 306-693-7181. That's 306-693-7181.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. Combined with a LiftMaster opener, it's the right choice. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. And a LiftMaster opener. 100% made by Canadians for Canadians. Steady, tariff-free pricing and great quality, no matter what.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
The care your family receives in hospitals, schools, and community programs comes from SEIU West members who live in your community. We're united around something simple. When working people have what they need to do their jobs well, everyone benefits. Our conditions of work are your conditions of care. For more information, visit seiuwest.ca.
Sportscage is live streaming from our Century Studios in downtown Regina. Watch now at sportscage.com and our YouTube channel. Be part of the show by texting 306-936-6262. 620 CKRM.
Welcome back for Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Thanks for making time today. Sharky is with me for Flooring Superstores. Colson's in the pocket. On the YouTube chat, JJ is asking, hey guys, any info on the extent of the Tavon Campbell's injury? Rumors.
Yeah.
But they say it was a special teams play against Winnipeg. I think that's what the team... And yeah. I could go back and... If you go back and watch that, you could maybe see it. But I found that one bizarre because he had a game.
He did. He played great.
Then all of a sudden, the Montreal game or that week of practice, he's out.
Yeah.
And I remember going, it's all good. Because I'll say it right now, I'm a massive Tavon Campbell fan.
So am I.
I think
huge.
Right from the start of camp when he came in and everything, not that I watched a ton of camp, but I was like, well, this guy's going to be a game changer.
Yeah.
Like this guy, look at him.
Yeah, when you used to get a starting defensive back out of the NFL to come back and play in Canada, that's a big play.
Every eyeball test, pass. But then now, this thing is dragging on. So that is...
I originally heard concussion.
That's what I heard.
So if it's concussion, though, until those symptoms are gone, you're not supposed to play. So maybe he's still having the symptoms.
That's a long time, though, Sharky.
Yeah, but I had one that lasted about 8 months.
That's long.
Yeah.
My Seabiscuit one didn't last that long. And that was the worst one of my career.
The one I got, the 8-month one, was courtesy of Dan Crofts. I didn't listen.
Yeah?
Got on the wrong side of the door.
Crofty doesn't.
That's why you
screw around.
When you hang out with Crofty, you got to fill out a waiver.
But yeah, JJ, I don't know. And I'm sure we will find out at some point. And then there's, I think Maz was talking the other day because Maz is into like the chat groups and the
conspiracy theories.
Hard tinfoil heads.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, you got in a fight with, about Diddy.
By the way, Maz, all my guns are legally owned. They're legally stored. They're legally kept for, and the federal government has no reason to come to my home. There you go.
Yeah, he's on you about that.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny. Yeah, so they're being tight-lipped, JJ. That's all we got for you right now. Campbell Fair. There isn't a line on Sports Select that would give me
a bet on him.
I would love to take that action, though. I you know what? You have to hope for the guy that he gets in and he just boots it. Okay, now in that story we ran yesterday, the Dave Thomas exclusive, when we found out he was going to play, Campbell tells Dave that he's been waiting for this moment for a very long time.
Yeah, that would be huge. Like ever since I started kicking, since I was like 16, my goal was to get to the CFL. So, and especially over the past 2 years, once I've been in the room but not getting to play, I've definitely been getting eager for it. So, it would be a great moment.
At the age of 16, how do you decide? I could be good at this kicking thing. I'm going to give it a shot.
Well, when I started, I was really bad. I was a soccer player, and I couldn't get the soccer form to work. So I was lucky to have a great coach when I first started, and he instilled the confidence in me, and he was huge in getting me to believe that I can get to this point.
The other thing, Campbell Fair played at the University of Ottawa. Played for the GGs. So he's getting to go home and kick the ball in a park that he's been in before.
The insider.
Yes.
Sharky. Would he have played there?
Yeah. It was an Ottawa GG.
They play out of that stadium?
I'm pretty sure they do. They play Carleton there every year anyway.
Speaking of university football, our U of R Rams,
nice segue.
Your U of R Rams, they're rolling. Let's go to a quick break. We come back. The head coach of the Rams is standing by, Mark McConkey. It's a Sports Cage on the home of the Rams, 620 CKRM.
Affordability in Canada is getting worse. Canadians are now paying nearly half their paycheck towards taxes. That's more than on food, clothing, and shelter combined. It's unacceptable. Conservatives stand with hardworking Canadians and will take aim at the affordability crisis by bringing down taxes, cutting spending towards needless bureaucracy and consultants, and fight for fiscal discipline in this Liberal government. My name is Warren Steinley, your Conservative Member of Parliament for Regina Pats, and I will always be on Saskatchewan's side.
Paid ad by Warren Steinley.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 5050 is presented by ISC.
Text CKRM 306-936-6262. From skid steers to tents to power tools, anything you need to rent for that summer job is at Prairie Land Rentals. Deal with the owner, 600 Albert Street. Saskatchewan, it's time to talk sports. Sportscage is on the air. Be part of the show. Call 936-6262 or toll free 1-866-767-0620. And we're always online at sportscage.com. 620 CKRM.
Welcome back. I went to Western Pizza for lunch with Jeremy from Prairie Land Rentals doing the real job thing. So I tell you, souvlaki and a Greek salad, on point. Western Pizza guest hotline, perfect pizza, generous amount of toppings, and then, like I said, all the Greek favorites you love, like souvlaki, ribs, and salad. You can't make that at home. Order Western Pizza tonight. Let's go out on the hotline and joined by the head coach of the 4-1 Regina Rams, Mark McConkey. Now, are you with Owen?
No, he gets out of school in about 2 minutes here, so I'll be with him in a bit.
That's all we got is 2 minutes in. The Owen comes barging in.
No, you're good. My wife's here. We're good. We're good.
Oh, I was gonna say, what does he think about the season so far?
Yeah.
He's been good. He wasn't happy about the Huskies game for sure. And he didn't understand why they didn't let us win because it was my birthday that day. So he still shows his age sometimes. But he was good. He's been happy so far. So if I keep him happy, we're in good spirits.
Fair question from Owen.
Dad.
Exactly. Okay, so we got Calgary coming up here this weekend at home. How do you defend a Rouge? Now, what's the plan if that comes up again? Sorry to beat a dead horse, Coach, but I got to ask you.
Yeah, I think Coach Sheen and I will just agree pregame that no Rouges should be awarded this game, and then that will take care of everything.
You guys win last weekend against Manitoba. Again, we've talked about this ad nauseum. Is just the league is so awesome. You never know who's going to win. Every game's awesome, but you guys start slow against Manitoba. Then really your last three quarters, right? You dial it in. Can you? Because the Riders have been starting slow too, so I don't know if it's maybe something in the water or in the stadium and all that. But what do you put your finger on why you guys started slow against Manitoba?
Yeah, we just defensively we were good. I think we gave up 7 to them, but they're good. They're a good team, and offensively we just didn't play our brand of football. We weren't winning first down, whether it was through the air or through the ground. We were putting ourselves in tough second down situations, and when you're 2nd and 9 and 10 against a good team like that, it makes it tough on you. So once we established the run with Erickson and got the big guys moving up front, then we seem to be a little bit more better, and that's kind of what we're all about. We always got to establish the run first, and that's kind of what it is. There isn't no secret society where Mueller and I are both like, hey, let's purposely start slow and then pick it up. That's not a thing, but maybe.
Well, there goes my rumor for the day. Okay, thanks, Mark.
I'm gonna take this bet down.
Hey, Mark, I got a comment that you guys, after that first quarter, completely dominated Manitoba. It wasn't even close. They got a point after the first quarter. Obviously, you maybe made some changes or had a little come to Jesus chat with some guys, but your players really picked it up after that first quarter.
Yeah, they really did. We just settled down or woke up. I don't know which one it was, and then just kind of got into it and just did what we do well. We ran the plays we always have run well. We were just executing better both sides of the ball, all three phases. So, we just got to make sure we're ready to roll come 2:07 this Saturday. And it's our first afternoon game. It's not an excuse, but we just can't start slow if it's 2 o'clock or 7 p.m. We just got to find a way to get up. So that was the message early this week, heading into this one.
I don't want to pick out one particular play, but you got called for that. You got a penalty for that hit on I believe it was an interception return where he knocked the receiver down. That wasn't a. Please tell me that's not a penalty. Please tell me that play wasn't a penalty.
You want him to get fined?
No.
Yeah, no, it definitely was a missed call, but it happens. I mean, I think they called it a blindside block, and the guy was. It's you have to be going back towards your goal line. I mean, our guy was running towards their goal line. So, but again, it happens. I make bad calls as a play caller. They missed some calls here and there, so I'm not gonna get on them too much. But yeah, it was a missed call for sure, and hopefully we can learn from it as a league and move on.
I booed strongly, just so you know. I was very, very unhappy with that call during the game. Booed strongly.
Marshall Erickson, again, 3 tutties, I think, last weekend. And we've talked about him. We've had him on the show. But let's give a shout-out to that offensive line, because you said once those guys started pushing, the big guys. What's making that offensive line tick and the coaching?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Big shout out to those guys. And we've got some injuries there too. So we got guys playing that coming into the year we never thought would be starting for us or contributing up there. So they're doing a great job. And ultimately it starts with the coaching with Coach Roe Borgman, Travis Sirk, guys like Brett Jones. They work, and it's not just start in August. They're working those guys from last November. I think Brett gave them a week off after the Mitchell Bowl. Then they were in the gym working out already. So it's a 12-month thing with that group. It's not just come up and show up in August and be ready to go. So they work hard. They're really dialed in. Playbook-wise, they know their assignments. It's a veteran group, and that's exactly kind of what we expect from those guys.
Calgary's coming in. Even though they're 2-3, 2-3. They're still in the mix. Obviously, they're sitting in third place. What do you expect from the Dinos this week after beating them in week 1?
Yeah, no, they're a good team. They got a good D-line, good front seven on defense, and offensively, obviously they got a bright head coach and coordinator, so they're going to have some good plays dialed up. And they're a good team that's continued to get better each and every week. And we just got to, again, can't focus too much on them. We just got to focus on, okay, how do we start fast? How do we defend what they're doing? How do we get first downs and win first downs early? And then we'll be just fine if we have a little bit of success early.
Like it.
We've been through this in hockey. I'll end on this because you mentioned that afternoon game, the night games. The night games are sexier for me for sure. But how do you get the guys ready? What's the biggest challenge when you have kind of maybe that earlier game, the afternoon game?
Yeah, it's just a little different because we practice at night, right? We have meetings at 4:30 every day. We practice at 6 to 8. So everything we do is in the evening. So yeah, they got class and they got to go lift during the day. But to get them, it's hard to prepare them for that. So kind of my message to them on Monday was like, every day this week when 2 o'clock hits, like, what are you doing? Are you just getting out of bed? Are you having a nap? Like, you got to think ahead. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to get up early and be ready to go on Saturday. It starts earlier in the week. It starts Monday. What's your routine? What's your habits? Especially as we get 2-3 days out of the game. So they're aware of it. I think we'll see how it goes Saturday. But it is, even as a player, I remember it was hard to kind of get up early for those ones. And I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know, drink an energy drink and you'll be good to go.
That's
like it.
right.
Yeah.
No, you're probably at Habanos the night before, back in your playing days. Right? The owl. No, Coach. Awesome stuff. That's good coaching right there, right? Okay, best of luck again this weekend. We'll all be watching. Keep it rolling. We'll hopefully catch up next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Head coach of the Rams, Mark McConkey, on the Western Pizza guest hotline.
That game was a lot of fun last weekend. It was a lot of fun.
They're great entertainment. Rams games and Thunder games. Mind you, I love a high school. I watch any football.
Yeah.
It's a good value.
It was a great game. It was really, really enjoyable. So, yeah.
It is kickoff 2 p.m. against Calgary at Mosaic Stadium on Saturday. The other thing about Rams games, because a lot of people don't get a chance to go to Rider games at Mosaic Stadium and sit in the stadium, the big stadium, and all that. So I'm like, go to a Rams game.
Exactly. That's a great time to visit Mosaic and see some great football. Why wouldn't you?
Western Pies open.
Yeah, they
Grab
are.
a slice.
On the Western Pizza side. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. 2 p.m. Saturday. And if you can, you'll be able to hear the game here on 620 CKRM. Take a break. Colson, yeah? Colson says time for a break.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do some winning when we come back. It's a Sports Cage streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
Ready to raise your shower game? Rent a water heater and water softener together from Reliance Heath and turn every shower into a spa-worthy experience. Right now, when you rent a new water heater and water softener together, you'll get $400 back, sent by check after installation. Why settle for meh when you can upgrade your whole home's water and get big cashback savings? Don't miss out on this limited time offer.
Call on Reliance.
Call on Reliance Heath today.
Love the open road and making a difference? Prairie Valley School Division is looking for reliable, caring school bus drivers to support our students in their education by safely transporting them to and from school. Whether you're retired, a stay-at-home parent, or looking for meaningful work, we need you. Routine hours, paid training, competitive pay, benefit plans, $250 signing bonus. Apply today at pvsd.ca. Drive with purpose. Drive with Prairie Valley.
Hear that? What a tackle. That big crunch wasn't from the tackle, Chris. That's the KFC $4.95 End Zone Big Crunch and $7.95 End Zone Big Crunch combos only on game days.
The End Zone Special available on Rough Rider game days at participating KFC Sask locations.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
It's time for the Sports Ticker. Brought to you by Reliance Heath Water Heater Rentals. Bundle and save with Reliance Heath. Rent a new water heater and softener together and get $400 cash back. Call on Reliance Heath today.
All right, Riders. -4 on the point spread at Sports Select for tomorrow in Ottawa. 175 on Pro Line, and Sports Select has it at 53.5. Sportselect.com. High school football tonight. Sheldon Williams, Balfour, 5:15 at Mosaic. Then Winston, Knoll, and Miller have it rented. That's 7:30 is the kickoff there. Balgoni and Estevan, little South League action, 7 p.m. at Libel. We're going to give a shout-out. Wynyard, the 3-0. Visit second place Lanigan up by the mine. Kickoff at 4 o'clock in Lanigan. Major League Baseball. What can you tell me? What's the score?
6-3 Tigers. Top of the ninth. Tigers got 4 in the 7th to go ahead. I'm not lying. I like Tigers going to the American League Championship Series. Yeah. I do.
San Diego, Chicago starts at 3. Boston Red Sox, wearing my Red Sox jersey, and New York Yankees, 6 p.m. Thursday nighter football. San Francisco, Los Angeles Rams. Oh, I took the Rams in one of my survivors.
Cubs are up 2-0 in a second.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
And some hockey news. Calgary Flames extend head coach Ryan Huska for 2 more years.
Good move.
Sportscage.com poll today. Who is the biggest threat to the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the CFL's West Division? Vote at Sportscage.com. Also sign up for the Insider Report because you can win tickets, tour of the stadium, hang out with Luke and Wes, a little meet and greet action, but you have to be a Sportscage insider.
Are they getting to go to the buffet with Luke and Wes?
The buffet. Tuesday night, I was hoping for beef. Anyway, we got the sports ticker for Reliance Heath. Bundle and save. Rent a new water heater and softener together. You get $400 in cash back. Call on Reliance Heath today. Pats last night. Regina Pats.
Tough one.
Edmonton, the Edmonton Oil Kings have some dudes.
They do.
That Halinka was a man amongst... But if you've ever gone to the backyard rink and the one dad's going a little too hard on the kids and like dangling and working hard in the corner, that was what it was like.
Yeah.
But the Pats hung in Maddox Schultz. Nice play. First ever WHL point.
Good for him.
He had an assist. They're again, they're fine. And I know a lot of people in Virginia, you go to the games, that's the one thing. It's almost like you got to wear headphones now because they're just so hard on the team and the coaching staff.
Sure they are, because they're all experts.
They're young and they're scrappy and they are trying, just so everyone knows, they're trying to win.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to win hockey games at this point. So they're winless. I thought Schlenker in net played there was one that he definitely wants back, but the rest of them, he kicked because Edmonton is a good hockey team. So, the
Oil Kings are going to be good.
Unfortunate that the Pats lose. They're 0-4 on the season. Somebody messaged in the other day.
This is going to change people. This team is going to come around. They've got some horses. They need a break and to get just a touch of confidence, and watch out. They're going to take off.
And they said, look where the Moose Jaw Warriors are right now. How good are they doing?
They have got off to a heck of a start. Yes.
Wow. And I think, let's be honest, Lakovic that they have, like that is massive trade bait. Massive for Kelowna.
Yes. Kelowna.
Like at what
your
point?
Speed dial number.
But what point does he start sending his belongings to Kelowna?
He just get his mail changed. Doesn't help. They won't deliver it anyway. But
they are going to King's ransom. It's like PA leads the Eastern Conference. They have an overtime loss. They're 3-0-1. Shout out Huntsy up there. And then, Edmonton's right behind. And then Moose Jaw. Edmonton was a good squad. No games in the league tonight. Things fire back up again tomorrow in the area. Swift Currents hosting Vancouver. We had a text message. And this was yesterday, and I missed it. I'm sorry. I think it was Keith, who's in and around the Southwest area. Okay. He knows about Wong's. Keith knows what's going on in Swifty. But they
speaking of a good Buffy,
he talked about. No, don't start with me, please. He talked about the deal that the Swift Current Broncos have for a family to go to a hockey game.
Go on.
Let me just pull it up here.
What do you got?
And I lived in that community and had a chance to cover the team, work for the team radio station, all that. It was so much fun. So looking for fun to do with the family. Here's a post that I found. You get 2 adult tickets, 2 youth tickets, 4 pork missiles or burgers, so
nice.
Hot dogs or hamburgers, 4 pops or waters.
In case you're being sugar conscious.
So you're taking it. You got 2 adults. So you don't have to take your wife. You can take your buddy, and if he's got a kid or girls, go nuts. Have 2 girls just sit and have a hamburger and a beer.
Yeah.
So you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 pops or waters. Guess how much for a family?
$65.
$89.
Nice.
Yeah.
65 was optimistic.
Thanks for that message the other day. I forgot about that. Shout out to Swift out there. They're working hard. They're scrappy. They're a scrappy bunch. We had Brian Schweitzer on the program a couple weeks ago talking about, okay, let's go to the Prairieland Rentals text line and then the YouTube chat, because these are kind of linked here. They're kind of in sync. Colin asks on the YouTube chat, any word on Fair's accuracy and distance from practice so far? Then James, who must frequent the Rider practices,
responded.
He says, Fair is kicking 50-yard field goals repeatedly at practice. Honest. I take your word for it. James in Regina. It was a closed practice. When was the closed practice? Yesterday? Maybe James works there.
He could be cleaning up.
That's smart.
Sweeping the
He's
hallways.
not saying his last name. He's going with James. James is a common name.
Could be Jim.
Maybe he's got a drone.
He could have.
Which are illegal, though.
I think somebody would say something.
Some of them are illegal. I don't know how Just Spins gets away with it, but whatever they're doing, keep doing it.
Yep.
So kicking 50-yard field goals repeatedly at practice. Game's different. I can sling it on the driving range with the best of them. You put me sometimes on that
300 every time.
You put me on that third tee at the Royal sometimes, and that Pro V or that Callaway's ending up in the federal property to the right.
Yeah, it's getting a red jacket.
Oh,
yeah.
We're up against the clock. Okay, hour 2 is coming up. We're having a lot of fun here. Sharky's with me for Flooring Superstore. It's for Access Communication. We are going to start hour 2 with Arash Madani. Let's talk some baseball and CFL. It's a Sportscage, streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com, and always on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.
Proudly broadcasting from Treaty 4 territory, the homeland of the Dakota, Nakota, Lakota, Saulteaux, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We are 620 CKRM Regina, a Harvard media station.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Corey Atkinson from the SaskToday.ca newsroom with your 620 CKRM news. Harvest across Saskatchewan is now 84% complete after warm, dry conditions sped up progress last week, according to the weekly provincial crop report. While still below the 5-year average of 92%, the harvest is slightly ahead of the 10-year average of 81%. Regional totals range from 80% complete in the east central area to 87% in the southwest. Peas, lentils, and barley are nearly finished, and canola sits at 71% complete. Officials also report soil moisture is dropping, and some farmers are worried about livestock water supplies and quality. The Regina Police Service is asking for the public's help in a firearms investigation. Officers were called Monday evening to the 1400 block of Elphinstone Street after reports of shots fired. Police say bullets struck a home and 2 vehicles, one parked empty and another pulling away with people inside. No injuries were reported. It is unclear where the shots came from. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Melville RCMP are investigating a fatal crash west of Kelleher. Just after 7:30 last night, officers responded to a single vehicle rollover on Highway 15, along with local fire and EMS. A 34-year-old woman from Kelleher was pronounced dead at the scene. Her family has been notified. A male passenger was airlifted to hospital by Stars with serious injuries. A collision reconstructionist is assisting RCMP as the investigation continues. A report to Regina City Council recommends higher fees for non-residents using city programs. The proposed 50% surcharge would apply to registered leisure programs beginning in 2026, but would not impact memberships or rentals. Administration expects the change to generate about $41,000 yearly. The bylaw also calls for a 4% annual increase to leisure fees, with golf fees climbing even higher. City officials say proof of address will be required at registration. Council votes on the update next week. With Alberta's teachers set to strike on Monday, their union head says they'll return to the bargaining table once the province does. Jason Schilling with the Alberta Teachers Association says further talks haven't been scheduled and the two sides remain far apart. He says the province's offer to hire 3,000 more teachers isn't enough.
We are probably about 5,000 plus teachers behind what should have been hired by government as we saw the enrollment growth of students increase over the years. The number of students and the number of teachers government has hired in that time has not kept pace with each other.
A walkout by the union's 51,000 members would impact more than 700,000 students. And a Saskatoon man has been sentenced to nearly 3 years for secretly filming and spying on 23 women. 36-year-old Kyle Hamelick pleaded guilty to voyeurism and breaching probation charges. Court heard the victims were secretly watched or recorded through windows of their homes while they were partially or fully nude, with some targeted more than once. Hamelick was also convicted in 2017 of voyeurism and indecent exposure before reoffending while on probation. And in 2020, he admitted to photographing 25 women through their windows near the University of Saskatchewan. That was your 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sasktoday.ca and 620ckrm.com.
Weather brought to you by Line X Regina, Serious Protection, Killer Looks, 1865 McCarra Street. Tonight becoming partly cloudy and a low down to 8. Tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy and a high of 21. Friday night mostly cloudy, low down to 8. Saturday partly sunny at times and a high of 18. Sunday cloudy, isolated showers in the area and a high of 10. Monday, partly sunny and a high of 12. Currently in downtown Regina, partly cloudy sky, and it is 21.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sports Cage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Access Communications, trusted in rural Saskatchewan for internet, TV, and home security. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sports Cage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
There it is. There's the guitar like you love on a Thursday. It's a Sports Cage. I'm here with my friend Sharky for Access Communications, and Sharky's brought to you by Flooring Superstore. Still a lot to get to. Keep it coming on the Western Pizza, or on the Prairieland text line, 936-6262. Let us know what you're thinking about the Riders going into the game tomorrow. Maybe you want to comment on some of the changes that some of you have. Also, like Roscoe wanted to comment on Sharky's hunting. He says antelope are also on draw if population permits.
I did mention antelope, but I appreciate it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I'm going to go back on the tape there. I don't remember antelope.
I said the three and then went, and antelope.
Colson's loving it over there. So yeah, you can get in on the chat there. All of our guests join us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Okay, so starting for this hour, and we'll go for the next 2 hours. If you want to go watch country western music, the James Barker Band in Moose Jaw. Now, these guys are the new country. Their energy, that chill song, you would know it here. Yeah. They are good. They're coming Thursday, November 20th to Moose Jaw, Temple Garden Center. We have 2 tickets for the next 2 hours here. Text in, let Colson know that you want to go see the James Barker Band, and then he'll do the draw. And if you don't win the tickets, go to that show. It'll be great. Maybe hit up a little Knits before.
Oh, Nitz is good.
Browns is good too, right there by the stadium. Little walking distance. November 20th. Never know what the weather's going to be like, though. That is the problem in there. So we got winning to give away. We're going to get to more Rider talk in a bit. The SJHL report coming up later this hour. But right now, let's get going for Brian Golly and talk to Arash Madani.
It's time to go coast to coast with Arash Madani for Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian Golly at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533.
Back-to-back days with Mr. Arash Madani. Let's start. I want to start with baseball. See my jersey here?
Sure.
Yeah,
I see that.
This is what my number. Guess who it is?
We're 26.
Oh, man.
Is it Big Poppy?
No. Johnny Damon?
No.
No.
This guy had a great mustache for the Boston Red Sox. Wade Boggs.
Okay.
Wade Boggs. There we go. A Yankee, a double Ray, Wade Boggs. Yeah.
The stories that Wade Boggs could probably tell. Blue Jays, Saturday is game 1 of the ALDS. We don't know yet if it's Boston or the Yankees. They tangle tonight. You have some updates for us, though.
Yeah, so a few things. One, it looks like Shane Bieber is going to get the start in game 1 for the Jays. I think they go Gosman game 2. I believe Trey Savage is going to start game 3. Now, Chris Bassett will pitch in this series, but it could be the kid going game 3. Now, guys, everyone's afraid to say it. I don't know why. So let me just share this with both of you and everybody on the stream and everybody listening. Bo Bichette will not play in the ALDS. Can we just get that out of the way right now? The guy's walking around in a knee brace. He hasn't started running the bases yet. His baseball activities have been limited. I'm baffled why everybody's just afraid to say it. They're kind of hemming and hawing around it. They won't have Bo. And let's just go with that, and I think you'll be fine if you go with that.
I didn't think that play looked that bad. Like it looked like he bruised his shin to me, not a knee brace.
Yeah, you never know. And once you start talking about ligaments, etc., when the news came out that he was going for a second opinion, that's when you knew things weren't going to be right. And the fact that he's now walking around gingerly in a knee brace and all he's doing is throwing flat ground, like basically all he's doing is playing catch out on the warning track during workouts, that's not good.
No, that doesn't sound like he's going to play at all in this playoffs. No.
Well,
but these playoffs, we'll see. Yes. But like for sure, not. We're talking less than 48 hours, and they have to set their roster before that. So,
for the whole series?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that I didn't know.
So no changes once you set it?
Well, you can make changes. So let's just say a pitcher. If somebody gets hurt, Savage gets hurt, Gosman gets hurt, whatever. If you take him off the DS roster, he then becomes ineligible to play in the championship series in the next round. He would be eligible to come back for the World Series if they get that far. So that's the way the system works. The roster you set for that round is that round.
I'm looking at Sports Select right now.
Okay.
Although the Pat Blues and Aces open up tonight at the Ritchie 7:45,
It's not on there, is it?
I'll be glued to that for sure. Red Sox and Yankees. The tie, which is a one run ball game on Pro Line, pays $3.10.
Ooh,
isn't that sexy? Yeah.
Oh, that is appetizing, isn't it?
Yeah. And then what about the over under 7.5? I don't know enough about it, Arash. I'm leaning on you.
Well, this is where it gets weird. Here you have an elimination game. Elimination game in October, one of the great rivalries in all of sport, and you have two rookie starting pitchers, aged 23 versus 24, going up against one another.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, for the Yankees, Cam Schlittler and make sure you say that name properly.
Any relation to Joey?
There's probably an American Pie line in there somewhere about Stifler's mom or something.
She was a rocket.
Schlittler has pitched in Yankee Stadium before. He's at least done that. When you look at what the Boston Red Sox are bringing to the party, Connolly early has only started in two places. Against the Rays in Tampa and against the A's in Sacramento. He has only pitched in the air quote big leagues in minor league stadiums, and now he's going to come out in October, elimination game, Boston, New York, and that's what he's going to be looking at. It's weird, it's wild, it's neat, it's cool, it blows you away.
It's a good story.
Yeah. It's the magic of the postseason.
Way to make yourself infamous, if you will.
One more thing on Major League Baseball. Okay, first off, though, do you take the under 7.5 or over? Where should I go there? Because I am going to, and now, so the beauty with Sports Select, Arash, and we'll be talking about this lots now, is I can do my picks on my phone. It generates a QR code, and I just go to the Lotto Stop Center. They scan it, print out, bingo, bango. Bob's your uncle.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you like, 7.5? Over or under there tonight?
I like the over. I think both bullpens are taxed a little bit. By the way, this is all advantage Blue Jays. The fact that this has now gone 3 games. The fact that both teams had to go deep into their bullpens and work their relievers. The Blue Jays are hoping for a lot more. I get tomorrow's an off day, but you still have to travel to Toronto. You're still going to have a workout in Toronto. This is definitely in Toronto's favor.
A nice little 17 inning wouldn't hurt Toronto's feelings at all, hey? You know, like a little extra time? Yeah.
And then fog rolling in around JFK and LaGuardia. Stick them on the tarmac or wherever they fly out. They might fly out of Teterboro, though.
But if they land any time between 4 a.m. and 3 a.m., they'll be dealing with 3 hours of gridlock traffic just to get downtown. So on top of that,
Nice. And Canadian customs. We need the fellas to be difficult, like they can be.
Difficult for you and I coming home. Yeah.
Years ago, I actually called the PR office of Canadian Customs. Maybe it was.
Did anybody answer?
They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Come on! Like, tell the guys, like, make their lives a little miserable,
That is good.
I think keep Jeter and A-Rod in a holding cell for a little while or whatever it was.
Not hours, just half an hour.
Sometime
change the look.
In Regina,
just 3 days.
Yeah. In Regina, they're either really nice or they're super surly. It's like, hey, I just got off a charter from Puerto Vallarta. You think I want to be back here?
Right.
Like. Come on.
You think I'm looking forward to going outside?
Yeah. Okay, CFL now. Here we go. Green and white. Are we calling this a slump?
It's 2 games.
No.
2
games. No.
But they win in Ottawa, don't they?
Yeah, they win in Ottawa. They're 11-4. They're the first team to double-digit wins. They're okay. Like, nobody goes 18-0. Nobody goes 17-0. It just doesn't happen anymore. So, yeah, there are some reasons for concern. I get it, but like, speaking of Cam Schittler, Ottawa's a perfect slump buster for you.
Yep, that's what I see it. Yep. You've never liked the Calgary Stampeders all year. Not once.
You know that, Sharky.
Here comes Jeffrey on the YouTube chat to defend his Stamps. Go ahead.
Not once.
Well, Jeffrey asked me, Sharky, last week. He's like, why do you hate Calgary? Is it the city? Is it the people? Did you have a bad time there? Did somebody do you wrong? I'm like, Jeffrey, I just don't like your roster. That's what this is. There's nothing more than that.
She broke his heart at the Stampede.
Yeah.
Right.
It can happen. It can happen there.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
Calgary's dumped 3 in a row, and now they go to play BC. This, to me, is the game of the week.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I also think BC rolls them. I really do. I think that Nathan Rourke is has the best quarterback play of anybody in the league right now. There's an argument to be made Davis Alexander's number 2. But BC is starting to find their rhythm. Now, is their defense showing some holes at times? Yeah, no question. But the Lions are hot, and the Stampeders aren't. And this is why, like, it took Nathan Rourke a little while to get going again this year, but now you're starting to see, what makes him Nathan Rourke. I don't know who's going to win MOP this year, guys. I really don't. I don't know where my vote would go right now. It might be Rourke, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Harris, Ouellette.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
How many games has Trevor missed now? Is it 2 games this season?
One.
He's missed?
One. Just give it to Stu.
To who?
Stuart Johnson.
Oh, Stu Johnson.
The MOP this year will be the 55-yard line.
Yes.
Pour one out. For the 55-yard
We'll
line.
never see it again.
Pour one out.
Gone.
Pour one out. That's not next year. We still
Okay.
get it next year.
Okay, we get one more year.
There's a Sports Cage T-shirt in there somewhere. Find one of our clients. The end of an era, and just a picture of the 55-yard line Sports Cage logo. I don't know.
Sarah McLachlan soundtrack. I will remember you. Will you remember me?
Anything but Amanda Marshall. Okay, Montreal Alouettes.
Speaking of broke your hearts,
I saw actually, no, Alana Miles. Anybody but Alana Miles. But I saw that you had a hot take on the Montreal Alouettes.
I think they're going to Grey Cup. I really do. I think they're the best. I think they're the best team right now in the CFL. They can run the football. Their defense is coming around. They're getting healthy. I just don't understand why Jason Moss can be allergic to running the football. But to me, that's the real deal. If Davis Alexander is cooking, they're a hard team to beat.
I agree. They're number 1 in the East for sure. Hamilton doesn't seem to have played as well lately.
Did everybody dump their Hamilton stock fast?
Yeah, we unloaded. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Nortel style.
That's gone.
Right. Like Cowboy, the CFL the pro football has become tennis, like Green Bay, Dallas was deuce, 40-all, and then it was Winnipeg, 40 love over over the Ticats, it felt like. Man.
Yeah.
We were talking this a couple weeks though, and we are looking at schedules and how the West was going to play out. You think the Riders have a little bit of cushion?
Yeah, that's it. And that's the biggest thing in their favor right now. Look, if Edmonton keeps playing at a decent level, they're going to be a problem for teams, and these guys are just going to kind of beat up on one another. Riders win this week with 11 wins. They're pretty much in the driver's seat to get the number 1 seed, to get the bye, to have home field for the West Final. That is huge. Like, I get everybody says the season starts on Labor Day, but that's why it's a misnomer, because the wins, every win counts the same.
They do.
And so this time of year, when you're banged up, when you're dragging ass, like when things just kind of aren't going for you, that's where that really kind of comes through. And I tell you, if Edmonton had beaten one of Toronto or Hamilton in those last-second field goals, that's a team I don't want to play right now.
Yeah.
But they're like, as much as the Riders have a cushion, I think Edmonton starting off so slow, they put themselves out of the race and are kind of really just trying to tread water right now, and they may be running out of time.
I don't disagree with you at all, and I think Edmonton would look completely different had they not started Trey Ford for those first, 5 or 6 games before they got to Fajardo. Yeah. Because Fajardo was the better quarterback.
You heard it here in May.
I know.
So this is what's interesting. Look, it's very sad what happened to Larry Thompson. Very important to have a good owner, etc. I was told by people who interviewed for the GM and head coaching spot in Edmonton last November, during that cycle, that they were all told, the GM and the head coach, that your starting quarterback is going to be Trey Ford. Like, this was not a head coach or a GM decision. This came from either ownership or it came from Chris Morris, the new president, with the idea that Trey Ford was our best option, is going to help us sell tickets as a Canadian quarterback, etc. So now, who knows what happens moving forward from an ownership seat, how invested ownership is going to be in day-to-day. What happens this offseason with football operations and going into next year with football operations? It's an altogether different vibe around Commonwealth Stadium when it comes to day-to-day football moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting thoughts. Yeah.
And we will circle back
Yeah.
on this as we go for sure. Hey, how about the cool news for Canada's national women's flag team?
I'm getting chills just thinking about it, Barney.
I talked to Coach Tim
Honestly.
Seiferling from Regina.
Yeah.
He's going.
What's the news?
So Sunday night, I don't even know what it's called anymore. New Era Stadium in Buffalo, whatever, the old Ralph Wilson Stadium. Sunday Night Football, NBC, Bills Patriots. At halftime is Canada versus USA, women's flag football on the field. NBC is going to be airing some of it. What an opportunity for our national women's flag football team to not only get another look at the U.S. coming off a bronze medal at the Continental Championships last month in Panama, but you're going to be like center stage in the football universe under the lights for Bills Patriots at halftime.
Sharky's face right now.
Is NBC going to play this, or are they just going to talk over it, or what are they going to do? Do we know?
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to talk over it. They'll probably, while some of the talking heads are doing it, they'll show some of the stuff on the field, in and out of commercials, etc. But there'll definitely be some moments of it that'll make the air. Even still,
that's exciting.
Chris Collinsworth will just be foaming at the mouth for Josh Allen all game.
Yeah.
He's going to need a break so they can just play this. And Tim from Regina said that the game's going to be about 10 minutes long, which their real games are only like 40 minutes long.
So 25% of a game.
I hope they show some of it.
I hope so too.
Or just
That'd be
some
great.
sort of like feed.
Even if it was like the picture-in-picture sort of thing, so you can watch what's going on.
I think it's super, super cool. Hey,
I don't know if you guys saw this today. Roger Goodell announced that the NFL is going to be sponsoring a pro flag football league in the lead up to the LA 2028 Olympics. Good for business. Smart.
Are you kidding me?
Are we applying to do the play-by-play?
Yeah.
Like, are we getting the tape together, buddy? I just sing on.
Hello, check. Check.
It's either a 3-person booth with the 3 of us, or we're the pregame, halftime, postgame show.
I'm good with that.
But by the postgame show, we may not want to be on air.
I'd love it.
That would be fantastic. And I just finished watching that Dallas piece on Netflix. And
Did you?
And how
Isn't it good?
Jerry Jones literally changed the way the NFL did business. Mm-hmm. He literally said, let's stop being a socialist organization and let's start making money. And they all make money now, like every single one of them. And Goodell recognizes the power that they have as a brand and as a sport. It only makes sense to me that he would step up and make this.
What was the first brand? And then like the NFL was like, no, we have to Nike. And then it was like,
They were a Reebok league at that time.
Yeah, we're going to do whatever we want. How about that? Okay, I want to end it, though. I might sprinkle. Okay, let's go. I'm going to do a sports select here. Because I might even parlay if I can. But what are you thinking tonight? The Thursday nighter. Last minute I took Los Angeles in one of my survivors, man. Like I need them.
Too.
San Francisco on the pro line paying $5.30. So that would mean they'd have to win by more than 3. But the spread is now at 9.
Oof. It was 7 this morning.
Yeah.
I like Rams. This is the parlay I really like. I like Rams money line. I know there's no value there. Add Blake Corum over 19.5 rushing yards. I think this is going to be a garbage time type game. Rams second-year quarterback. They're going to give Kyron Williams a breather on a short week. They're going to mix up LA, their run game. I like Corum over rushing yards.
Nice.
Stafford's passing yards, 238.5. I think Stafford's going to sling it. Puka Nacua is the leading receiver right now in the NFL. Why not? That pays a that pays pretty decently for a 3-game parlay.
Sharky is writing it down.
Yeah, I'm literally working the phone as we speak. Yeah, fingers are just running on the phone.
All right. Okay. What was Sarah McLachlan's most popular song?
Building a Mystery?
Yeah!
That's what I was going
to. There you go, Arash.
Yes. Nicely done.
Yeah, I thought it was I Will Remember You, but no, it is Building a Mystery. And for all you that are interested, she is touring right now. For some reason, she is not coming anywhere near our neck of the woods, though.
We have a lovely prize package for you, Arash.
For all the female listeners, I'm single, I'm Sagittarius, I like long walks on the beach. And Sarah, and I know Sarah McLachlan trivia. There you go.
And playing Victoria, Save On Foods Memorial Center, Wednesday, October 15th.
Nice. Good seats still available.
Yes. Well, you never know. She's popular.
She is.
She is popular.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Go Riders. We'll re-up on Tuesday.
Thanks, Arash.
All right, sounds good, boys.
Right
Cheers.
on. Lots of fun always with the Arash Madani. And the reason is because he's brought to you by Brian Golly, Smart Investing Solutions. You got to be smart with your money. Call on Brian Golly, 546-2533. Quick break.
Brian Golly does not give Sports Select advice, though, does he?
No,
that's different money investing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
He's not the bookie. Okay.
We got the SJHL report coming up. Jacob's going to be live in studio, but when we come back, the NASCAR report and Clutch Performer. It's the Sports Cage. We're streaming at sportscage.com.
620 CKRM is your home to country's greatest hits and the 90s at 9. 1 full hour featuring the biggest hits of the 90s. Garth, Reba, Alan, Shania, George, and so much more. No cassette tape or CDs required, and 90s mullets are optional. 90s at 9 for the town of Wolseley and the voice of Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM.
Experience a harvest so fundamentally different with performance and efficiency other combines just can't match. Experience a Gleaner S98 from Nick Service. There's no inefficient gearboxes or hydraulics robbing your combine of power, keeping your Gleaner a lean, mean harvesting machine. They save more and cost you less. To learn more about putting a Gleaner S98 on your farm, visit Nick Service, your AGCO dealer in Emerald Park. nickservice.com.
What's going on in the markets? When is the right time to invest? What should you do with your money today? When Lindsay had questions, she talked to Brian Golly.
We looked at all the different investments we had out there. He helped us pull it all together and determine what would work best for our lifestyle.
You don't have to plan your financial future alone.
He's trustworthy and he's very easy to work with.
Call Brian Golly of Smart Investing Solutions. 306-546-2533.
October is Customer Appreciation Month at Extreme Hockey and Umbrella Marketing. It's pretty easy. Just submit your receipt for your corporate or team apparel order, and you could be one of the lucky winners at month end to receive up to $1,000 back towards your purchase. Locally owned, community-oriented, and customer-focused. And of course, don't forget about their price match guarantee. Extreme Hockey and Sport, Umbrella Marketing, 1425 McIntyre Street, and conveniently located in the Cooperator Center.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
The Sports Cage Clutch Performer for Nick's Service in Emerald Park. Your local Massey Ferguson Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fendt dealer. Call 781-1077.
Clutch Performer time. Who wants to start?
You can go first.
I don't want to go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Or Colson. Colson, you want to go first?
Go ahead, Sharky.
You know, my Clutch Performer yesterday was Vegas and Juno, the two German short-haired pointers. Worked their tail off out in the field. There's some pictures of the two of them if you're on the stream.
Aww.
Yeah, the girls did a great job yesterday finding birds, so nothing but love for those two and their clutch performance yesterday.
Those are cute.
Yeah, good dogs.
I've never seen your dogs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're good.
Okay. Colson.
My turn. Okay. I have a simultaneous clutch and unclutch performer.
Right on.
I don't think we've had that yet.
Okay.
So I saw this online. It's the guy was like, "Can I make it on the Sports Center top 10 and low 10 at once?" So his teammate gets an interception and then immediately starts running the wrong direction. And I'm guessing the game was close. So if he scores a safety, they lose. So the teammate comes up and tackles the guy running the interception back on the 10-yard line.
I've never seen that. That is awesome.
To save the safety.
That is good.
And save
That's
the
a good
game.
one.
Yeah.
So
that's why watching the stream is so beneficial.
That's right.
To this show.
Watch.
Do you have another one?
Or go back to the podcast.
yeah, we got another one here. So this happened yesterday, I believe. If you heard, ESPN has the rights to the NHL this next year, and so they're doing some promotion about it on the NBA or on the MLB broadcast. And well, I'll just let you listen to it. It's a little awkward.
The Blackhawks return to the ice next Tuesday, NHL opening night against the defending champion Florida Panthers at 5 Eastern, 4 Central on ESPN. Triple header that night. Penguins, Rangers, Avalanche, Kings. Ben, I know you got an opinion on this. Panthers three-peat this year. What do you think?
If you say so. I mean, good luck to them. Are you asking me if I'm going to be watching?
No, you'll be watching, of course, because you work for ESPN. You'll be watching Friday night.
There is zero chance I'll be watching. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Where will you be?
I will be somewhere, but there's zero chance I'll be watching.
All right, thanks, Ben. We'll be watching. Thanks for the rating.
That's a CLM.
Ben. No, you know what? Do you know who pays you?
Just say I'll be watching at home. I'll be on the couch.
Absolute pigeon move. Mouth breather of the day.
Unclutch.
Ben, you're a clown. Okay, I got a local one here. My daughter was in this today. Before you go, it was the 2025 Girls Summit put on by the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation. It was at the Regina Fieldhouse. It was females, and they had workshops. Football coach Mace came by.
Nice.
My daughter goes up and says, "Hey, you know my dad." And then she's like, "Oh, my dad likes your dad." And then Brett Lawther was there. She said Coach Mace's wife was there. She's a fitness guru.
Yep.
It was awesome. Football skills, worked on the mind, strength and conditioning stuff, careers in sport, professional. It was well put on. I was like, this is so cool for the girls.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So really, really, really good job put on by the Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation. Thank you so much. Because the girls, with that flag football, as we hopefully are going to see Sunday night
on NFL,
Bills and Patriots game. Yeah. And they can play. Girls flag football. So, yeah. Clutch performer for Nick's Service in Emerald Park, your local Massey Ferguson Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fendt dealer. Okay, NASCAR report. Let's fire.
The Sports Cage NASCAR Report, where rubbin' is racing, is brought to you by Croft Electric. 27 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all your electrical needs. Visit croftelectric.com and on all socials.
You know, I do miss Maz's intros that he likes to have, whether it's the prayer or the big speech. But anyway, week 5 of the playoffs is in the book, and if you took my advice last week and got on the Hendricks train, you were a winner.
Hendricks Gin?
No, Hendricks Motorsports. For those who listened, well done. Chase Elliott won a canvas and has punched his ticket to the round of 8. Chase was followed, though, by the 3 Toyotas of Joe Gibbs Racing. Hamlin, Bell, and Briscoe were finished 2, 3, 4. Bubba Wallace, 23-11. Finished 5th, and teammate Kyle Larson took 6th. Hendrick's teammate William Byron was 9th. Playoff standings have the same 4 below the cut line. The only way they'll be able to advance now is with a win. Chastain, the 23-11 teammates Bubba Wallace and your buddy Tyler Reddick, and Team Penske's Austin Cendrick are below, and they're in deep trouble for advancing.
The Penske file.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Sports Select here.
Okay.
Futures for this weekend.
Okay.
Where's the race?
It's in Charlotte. We're on the Roval. It's a road course turned into an oval, back and forth.
Getting weird in Charlotte. I love it. Okay. Guess who the Sports Select, because you can bet the futures, which we found out.
Yeah.
Sports Select future, who the top guy is.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Why? He's a big Roval guy?
Yeah, no, he's won 4 road races this year. And he was in this speech I got that you cut me off of. But Shane Van Gisbergen is the bet this week on the Roval. Okay. Even though he's not in the playoff hunt, he's still the best guy on the road courses.
I like Pennypacker's boy, AJ Allmendinger.
Allmendinger is good on the road courses, but he hasn't raced or run real well lately, so they're going to have to make a big change. But we're on the Roval, 17 corners, 2 hairpins, a backstretch chicane. It's going to be fun at Charlotte on Sunday.
This is awesome.
What do you?
I might have to watch this.
There it is, yeah. Van Gisbergen is literally the favorite and should be. Yeah. Cool. Kyle Larson's right there. That list looks really good.
It's brought to you by the NASCAR Report, Rubbin is Racing. Croft Electric, 27 years of reliable service in and around Regina. CroftElectric.com. Follow them on all the socials. Also, now's the time of the year.
Christmas lights.
the
Christmas lights.
Now we start talking about they can do the permanent lights. They put them up, you never take them down, and then you change your colors. So
you can have them up for the playoffs, put them on Ryder Green. You can do whatever you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. When you're feeling down and having a bad day, put them Maple Leafs blue.
Halloween, orange and black.
Yeah, you switch them up every day.
Just get black ones. Your parents or neighbors will think you're weird. Go with it.
Nobody knocks on your door anymore.
Yeah, they do good work. Croft Electric, like I said, croftelectric.com. Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, the SJHL report. Jacob's going to be live in studio. It's a Sports Cage. We're streaming at sportscage.com through our YouTube channel, and as always on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
Football's in full swing, hockey's heating up, and the baseball playoffs are just around the corner. There's only one place you need to be, Pop Jack's Cathedral. Catch every game on the big screens with 30 beers on tap, Wing Wednesdays, and Pop Jack's famous pub-style beer-battered fish and chips. Or go big with a full rack of ribs. You've earned it. Live sports, cold beer, hot food on the corner of Albert and 13th. Pump Jack's Cathedral Saloon and Steakhouse. Come early, stay late. The place where friends meet. For sale, 2 quarters of farmland southwest of Bethune in the RM of Dufferin. Bids must be delivered to the Curran and Fielding Law Firm in Moose Jaw on or before 1 p.m. October 6. The seller is not obliged to accept the highest or any bid and may reject all bids. That's 2 quarters of farmland for sale in the RM of Dufferin. For information, call the Curran and Fielding Law Firm in Moose Jaw, 306-693-7181. That's 306-693-7181.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. Don't just hang a door, install a Steelcraft. Turn curb appeal into curb envy.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
Steel-craft.ca.
Don't miss a minute of Sportscage. Podcasts are posted at sportscage.com. 620 CKRM.
All right, it's time to talk some SJHL hockey, the only outlet talking SJHL in these parts anyway, and this will be sponsored, I think, by next week.
I look forward to
this
that.
little feature. Jacob Faith is joining us in studio from the SJHL. He's made some time, battled parking down here. Do you make sure you pay? Because they want people downtown really bad, and then they ticket you.
Yeah.
It's like a Seinfeld bit. It's like, what are you
That's
doing?
a good way to put it. It's a Seinfeld bit.
Oh, wow. All right. So far in the league, things are buzzing. I want to ask you, you were in Warman for opening night.
Yep.
Paint the picture for us. What was it like?
Packed to the gills, as many people as could get in that rink. I don't know if you've been in that rink in Warman before.
A great noodle bowl.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But they put in a ton of, there's a couple new bars in there now. And like the biggest LED screen on the one end. So they're making it look legit. They've got a great production, great team there. The team on the ice, they need to score some more goals. It's early in the season yet, but they put on a heck of a show, and they've got a little purple mascot running around. Well, they got a couple mascots, but a purple morph suit guy keeping people entertained at the intermission. So great show in Mormon.
What's the mascot's name? Dougie?
You know what? It was Anytime Fitness sponsored purple morph suit. I don't know if he had a name, but me and the commissioner said it was probably the only mascot with a cape. Because he's like a superhero kind of thing.
The superhero from Mormon. There's something you don't hear every day. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Early in the season, some of the usual players are in the top spot. Bombers are out to a great start, 4-0. Humboldt's 5-1. Weyburn's 4-1. Mm-hmm. We see that carrying on, or is there some guys that are maybe just off to a slow start that are going to catch up?
I was up in Flin Flon over the weekend, and I saw Melfort, Flin Flon, two perennial powerhouses in the SJHL. Unbelievable game. It was playoff type atmosphere. Ended up Flin Flon winning a shootout. I think I was chatting with Mike Reagan after the game. It's a little younger of a team than he's used to, so they're only going to get better. And Trevor Blevins in Melfort, he's always going to bring in a couple more, maybe major junior defensemen or two. I think the great thing about the SJHL is the parity year over year. It kind of seems, especially this year more than the last couple of years, it truly is a anyone can win any night kind of league. When you kind of look at the power rankings kind of heading into the season, I think those might be the top four. That Flin Flon, Melfort, Weyburn in the Bungie division is the leader. But, when we look ahead to the weekend, I'm sure we'll talk about it. There's a couple other teams in the South that might think they're the top dog in the South.
All right, sportscage.com. If you're not an insider, you get to win things, and it's pretty cool because we just came out with the weekly power rankings. SJHL, can we throw those up? Here we go. The Bombers still in first. Humboldt, Weyburn, Melfort, Nipawin.
Mm-hmm.
Down.
No, but they're gonna have a good squad in Nipawin this year. Anything surprise you on that?
Well, you know what, Nipawin, they were giant killers at the end of last. They were so young last year, but then they were rattling off wins against the top teams at the end of last year. They were able to get pretty much everybody back. So, their offense is unreal. I think their power play's clicking at something around 40% to start the year.
Holy crap.
And I was in the cage in Nipawin on Friday when they played Flin Flon. Kind of ran into a little bit of penalty trouble themselves, kind of got away from them. But, those three teams in the UPL division, that Flin Flon, Melfort, and Nipawin, all three are going to be playoff teams for sure and teams to watch any night.
When we say that, and we talked about Warman a bit off the hop, and you talked about them having some trouble scoring goals. The really young lineup, or this a lineup that's just got to click?
Yeah, I think younger lineup too. I think they've got one of the top defense pairings in the SJHL with Palmerine and Lohendorf, and then they got in a new goalie too. But the question marks are on the offense. Where those goals going to come from. I know Nika John got the first home goal of the Warman Wolverines, a couple nights ago, and that game we were at on opening night. They were a little disappointed to get shot out because they had a big production ready for some home goals. So hopefully those goals can come, and I think as the year's going to go on, head coach GM Brett Pilkington, I'm sure he's not going to be shy to bring in some offensive firepower, and hopefully they do because they got a great back end and a great goaltender as well.
Rylan Williams leads the league in scoring right now, 11 points, followed by Jacob Streezy from Humboldt. Last year when we were in Melville, and we watched the game, like this hockey is so fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. It's so skilled, right? Across the board. It's just, and all these communities, it's like the thing.
Yeah.
It's a great value.
For sure, and especially when you get into playoff time. But the great thing about the SJHL is too, like, when you go to an SJHL game, the rinks only hold 1,500, 2,000. So like, there's really no bad seat in the house.
You're right on top.
You're right on top of it. You are in the action, and yeah, it is great hockey. It's fast. It's skilled. You go to a couple games, especially against a rival. If you catch a Melville versus Yorkton, you might see a couple brouhahas there going on too. So
a little parking lot shuffle.
Exactly. It's a great product of hockey, and like I said, there's not a bad seat in the house in a lot of these rinks.
I'm going to put you on the spot right now, and you have to answer this question. You go to all the rinks. You've been to all the rinks. You work for the league. You and the commish do a fantastic job of getting out there. Best rink burger.
We actually had this competition last year. It was sponsored by the Saskatchewans. Melville has the best rink burger. Yeah, if you haven't gotten the burger in Melville, quick drive from Regina, easy peasy.
Okay,
we didn't do that last time. We're going to get that fixed.
My son plays there again here coming up right away,
Okay.
so I'll get.
All right.
Maybe I'll bring one back for you. But the burgers are for kids, as the old saying says. Best gravy. That's what I judge everything on. Fries and gravy.
Not a gravy guy. I wouldn't know. I've never gotten gravy
What do you mean
on my
not
fries.
a gravy guy?
Yeah.
Like, who's not a gravy guy?
Not a gravy guy. Sorry, boys. Can't help
At
it.
a hockey rink.
Gotta have gravy.
Where did I have the other Fort Capel the other day?
I actually heard from somebody you were eating the fries and gravy. I got let known yesterday.
But that person's having a boring week.
Yeah.
If that's what they're keeping tabs on.
I will say, though, you can get a donair poutine in Flin Flon. And that's pretty good. And yeah, if you haven't been to the Whitney Forum, I thought you're supposed to go to the Whitney Forum this weekend, Barney.
So it's to go tomorrow morning. I'm heading north, but not that north. Tomorrow, this was the weekend and the weather's perfect.
Yeah,
but
perfect time to go.
Life got in the way. I have to get to the Whitney Forum.
Yeah, you got to.
Preferably in a helicopter. Yeah, it's a long drive.
There's got to be a flight involved.
Hanley Helly. Anybody listening that's got a connection with Hanley Helling, let's get them in. Okay, let's go to games of the week here. Mm-hmm. Which one do you got circled?
I'm looking forward to the Bungie division. It's Weyburn, Melville, home and home, I believe, this weekend, right? So I'll actually be in Weyburn tomorrow night. First time seeing both those teams. Should be good. And I think Yorkton and Humboldt should be interesting. Yorkton, for whatever reason, had last weekend off. So they've only played 3 games, and I saw them in Estevan. It was a great game against Estevan. Yorkton started their backup, Tendy, who led in 3 on 5 shots in the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game, put him behind the 8 ball, kind of came back a little bit and made things interesting. So, Yorkton, they had a lot of momentum last year, made it to the semifinals, and I'm sure that they think that they should have gotten off to a better start. So get right weekend home and home against Humboldt, who is one of the top teams in the league.
Like it.
Right on. That is the SJHL report. And we're close to getting the hats.
Right.
The SJHL Sportscage hats that we will give away.
Combination
in this segment.
SJHL Sportscage hats.
Yeah. Every week. Jacob, thanks so much for coming down, battling the parking, and and finding your way into the studio. First time in the studio.
Yeah, first time in the cage. Love it.
You guys are doing a great job. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Love the SJ. We'll take a quick break. It is the Sports Cage. We're the home of the SJHL, local sports, stuff like that. You got it right here on 620 CKRM.
Sometimes there's a song you just gotta hear. And every Sunday morning from 10 till noon, we give you the chance to play your favorites with the Sunday Morning Request and Dedication Program. 2 hours set aside to play what you want.
Hey, Cindy, what can I play for you today?
Forever and Ever Amen by Randy Travis.
Good morning, Ray. Could you play Coal Miner's Daughter for me?
I wonder if I could request Eagle When She Flies by Dolly Parton.
Sure could.
It's all brought to you by Matt's Furniture. Online at mattsfurniture.ca. True Fit Denture Clinic. No one should know you wear dentures, not even you. The Sunday Morning Request and Dedication Program with Ray Allen from country's greatest hits. 620 CKRM.
SEIU West members are
Stores Person,
Unit Assistant,
Finance Officer,
Unit Clerk,
Recreation Coordinator,
Youth Care Worker, Medical Laboratory Technologist,
Power Engineer,
Office Administrative Assistant,
Maintenance Services Worker, Medical Transcriptionist,
Medical Office Assistant, File Clerk,
Medical Laboratory Assistant, Pharmacy Technician.
The backbone of your public health care system. Learn more at seius.ca.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
Ugh, what do I want for supper? There's a bag of baby carrots, a slice of cheese that looks haunted.
Step away from the sad cheese, Dave.
What, the fridge? Since when do you talk?
Since you've been standing here for 10 minutes whispering pizza or cereal like it's a hostage negotiation. I'll make this simple. Order Western Pizza. You are welcome.
Get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
The 620 CKRM Country Corner is brought to you by Glasses TV, your SJHL authorized dealer, and Foster's Audio Video in Carlisle. Get the newest cell phone today with an amazing SJHL rate plan.
Check out the Cream of the Crop Trade and Craft Show, October 10th and 11th at the Connexus Arts Center. Over 60 local vendors ranging from artwork and handcrafted jewelry to culinary delights and home decor. More details at connexusartcenter.ca. Get ready to party with the James Barker Band in Moose Jaw. It's the Bud Light Buckle Up Tour coming to the Temple Garden Center on November 20th. Grab your tickets at templegardencenter.ca. And Saskatchewan's own Hunter Brothers bring their Homegrown Nights Tour to Regina November 27th. Special guest Shantea. Grab your tickets at connexusartcenter.ca or stop by the box office.
For more information, visit 620ckrm.com. It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Steelcraft Doors Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canadians.
All right, this is what we got. Riders in Ottawa tomorrow. 4 points is what they're given on the Sports Select. High school football tonight.
Love it. The Trojans playing? Tom in action?
Sheldon Williams Balfour, 5:15. Winston Knoll Miller are under the bulbs at 7:30. Balgones and Estevan in the South League. That's a 7 p.m. at Libel start. And then shout out Wynyard 3-0 visits second place Lanigan. That game would have kicked off about 40 minutes ago. Major League Baseball, the Tigers are moving on to play the Seattle Mariners. What's up with San Diego and Chicago?
2-0 Cubs in the 6th is what I got on that one.
And then deciding game 3 tonight in the Bronx. Yankees and Red Stockings. National Football League starts tonight. Thursday Night Football, Week 5. San Francisco against the heavily favored Los Angeles Rams in LA. Some hockey news for you. The Calgary Flames extended head coach Ryan Huska for 2 more years.
Good move.
Good for him. Sportscage.com poll today. Who's the biggest threat to the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the CFL's West Division? You can vote at sportscage.com. While you're there, sign up for the Insider Report because you got a good chance of winning some tickets as well as a meet and greet with Luke and Wes. The ticker in hour 2 is for Extreme Hockey and Sport in Regina, where the month of October, whether if you spend at Umbrella Marketing or Extreme Hockey, you win $1,000.
You could
win $1,000.
Not you will. You
could win $1,000. And they have the price match guarantee. So if you find anything cheaper and you want to shop local, Extreme Hockey and Sport.
Shout out to Extreme. Do they have anything in camo so we can get you dressed properly to go goose hunting?
Jeffrey's, I told him he was on the, when Arash was on, he gets fired. He says, are you talking about me, Jeffrey, on the YouTube chat? That, why am I wearing this jersey? He's like, how would you wear that jersey in Canada? Do you have a death wish?
The Red Sox?
There's so many Red Sox fans. There's so many Yankee fans.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I'm actually kind of rooting for the Jays.
I don't understand the Bichette injury because I thought it was a bruised shin. But anyway.
Tonight, I'm all Red Sox.
I don't like to see the Yankees win at any time. Anybody but the Yankees. Yeah.
Anybody. That's a song.
Yeah.
Biggest threat, Jeffrey goes on the text line, biggest threat to the Riders in the West. Everybody. He's getting cheeky.
It's BC.
He's in that mood. He's in that mood.
Yeah.
Okay, text messages coming, 936-6262. We're going to get to some of those. Glen Suitor's coming up in hour 3. But first we want to get to this interview. Dave Thomas with Antoine Brooks Jr. It's really cool. The guy's a Swiss Army knife, and as we're going to find out, he has played some quarterback.
Antoine Brooks Jr. Let's call you Mr. Versatility, right? So you've been playing linebacker, you move out to the corner, you play halfback, then you go to running back, and now you're back in the linebacking core. Is this getting confusing for you as it is for me?
Nah. I mean, it should be confusing for y'all because that's what we wanted to look like outside looking in. But nah, it's no confusion with me. We making sure we slow everything down and actually talk a lot. You know, communication is really key, especially into our defense. I live with my roommate every day, so me and him talk all the time about football 24/7. That's all we really talk about when we looking at anything. We make restaurants about football. It don't even matter. But it's just at the end of the day, you just got to make sure that you slow everything down in your mind and actually talk to your teammates and fellow, team players, period. Just to get the same goal in hand. So, at the end of the day, bro, this is just a stepping stone for what I want for my football career, honestly. I want to be the player that, everybody see as versatile. I want to be the player that's like, oh, we can put him anywhere and he's going to do B+ and average. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, I'm just happy that I can get to play linebacker. I used to play nickel, and it's the same thing down south, but way different out here, more space and stuff like that. So, playing this position is kind of natural for me a little bit. So, it's not really going to be too much of a confusion, especially because this was the home spot for where I started. So, everywhere else was just, me learning. And honestly, all them other positions helped me change and helped me better and improve my whole game in CFL for real.
Had an opportunity in Edmonton last week to have a conversation with a couple of their defensive coaches, and one of the things that they said to me was that a player that has played quarterback is going to be one of the best defenders because they understand what's happening in that quarterback's minds. Is that true? In the case, of course, you slung the ball.
Yeah. Oh, man, you do your history. But, yeah, in that case, I honestly, that's why I get a lot of picks in practice or get a lot of stuff that happens that good or tips passes because of what I used to do at quarterback and stuff like that. It does help a lot. I can see when he want to look at it and then get off late. So, and I know he ain't going to throw it. So, it's really just timing and then watching the quarterback. You got to watch film to watch the quarterback, of course. Let's tell the truth. You got to watch film to watch the quarterback. So, and honestly, Coach JB, the one that was just talking trash. Look, he always real big on film. And honestly, just knowing what you're getting and knowing what you're looking at.
You're stepping into a defense that's given up its fair share of big plays recently. What have you seen from film that can be corrected on that?
Honestly, just communication. It's really sometimes communication can wander within a big game in the moment. And fans be loud. You got to deal with the fans being loud and stuff like that. So honestly, all this is just a stepping stone. Just a matter of time where we're going to be excelling in our defense because honestly, not the top need to know all of it throughout the bottom need to know. So from the top to the bottom, everybody need to know how our defense works and how we want to move and how we want to do it.
You're playing an Ottawa team that is 4-10. They have an uphill battle to make the playoffs. They're playing for jobs and all of that. Does that matter to you at all, knowing that there might be an added incentive or desperation in your opponent?
I don't take light on no opponent. All opponents to me is the same record as mine. You take this, you always got to take a week 1-0 because this is a long season. And plus, that team ain't no 4-10 team. So I'm not about to be taking them lightly because they too good on paper and real good on the field. So I like that team as in overall. So I don't really think that they're a 4-10 team, and I'm damn sure not going to look like they are.
Appreciate your time once again, and all the best in this one.
No, of course. Thank you, man.
From the towers to the tractors, country's greatest hits. 620 CKRM, a Harvard media station.
It's 5 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Corey Atkinson from the SaskToday.ca newsroom with your 620 CKRM news for Echo Sound and Fort Qu'Appelle. Stay connected with a new cell phone from Echo Sound. Call 306-332-6711. The Regina Police Service is appealing to the public after a firearms-related offense on Monday night. At around 7:35 p.m., officers were called to Elphinstone Street following reports of gunfire. Police say a house and 2 vehicles were struck, one parked and one occupied. No injuries were reported. Investigators are still working to determine where the shots came from. Anyone with details is encouraged to contact police directly or provide an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers. Peavey Mart could be making a big comeback in Saskatchewan. The ag-related retailer, based in Red Deer, announced that it will relaunch stores this fall in 4 Alberta communities, including Spruce Grove and Camrose. The stores will be run by a new ownership group, which purchased the rights to the Peavey Mart name earlier this year. Company leaders say Saskatchewan is part of its future plans, though no locations have been confirmed. Peavey Mart closed all 90 stores earlier this year. Residents outside Regina may soon face higher costs for programs starting in 2026. City administration has proposed a 50% non-resident surcharge for registered programs like swimming and arts lessons. Officials say other cities charge between 25 and 100%. Memberships and rental fees would not be affected, and proof of address would only be required once during online registration. The surcharge is expected to raise around $41,000 a year, with council voting on the plan next week. Saskatchewan will hold a week-long antlerless elk hunt later this fall to ease pressure on farmers dealing with crop damage. The hunt is scheduled from November 20th to 27th, with licenses available for $30 beginning on November 3rd. Hunters will need to select one wildlife zone, though licenses are unlimited. The government says landowner cooperation will be key. Officials plan to assess the program's results afterward to help guide decisions on elk management in the future. The Parliamentary Budget Officer says housing affordability is improving in Canada thanks in part to stalling home prices. Ottawa's budget watchdog says in a new report that lower interest rates and higher wages are helping to close the affordability gap as home values hold well below the post-pandemic peak. University of British Columbia professor Paul Kershaw says that's exactly the kind of trend Canada needs for would-be homeowners to break into the housing market.
It somewhat surprises me that our decision makers don't celebrate that more loudly and proudly, because in many respects, having home values stall or fall minimally is exactly what we need for the indefinite future, so that there is an opportunity for earnings to catch up and help us restore affordability forever.
Budget Officer Jason Jakes says the affordability boost was most pronounced in Toronto and Hamilton over the past 3 years, but Calgary, Montreal, and Quebec City lost some affordable advantages. And good news, Kansas City Chiefs fans. Taylor Swift's 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, arrives on Friday. Swift announced her latest era back in August when she began teasing the release. It will be available to stream on all major platforms. There is even an iTunes digital download featuring a new cover image and a nearly 3-minute exclusive video from Taylor herself detailing inspirations behind the album. That was your 620 CKRM News. Read more stories from around your community and around the province at sasktoday.ca and 620ckrm.com. Your weather is next.
This back-to-school season, don't be prehistoric.
Mom, my phone is basically a fossil.
Sweetie, your phone's older than a T-Rex.
Time to evolve at Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
They have new phones, back-to-school deals, internet and max TV stream, and no extinct data plans.
In 2025, there's no excuse to roam with a Jurassic phone. Echo Sound, your SaskTel authorized dealer in Fort Capel. EchoSound.ca.
Brought to you by Line X Regina, Serious Protection Killer Lux, 1865 McCarra Street. Matt's Furniture. Visit mattsfurniture.ca.
Quiet weather continues as we head toward the weekend, but things will turn unsettled for the weekend. We got a few extra areas of cloud starting to roll in overnight tonight in response to a weak trough of low pressure. That'll be moving through tomorrow, bringing heavier cloud cover during the day, which will stick around into Saturday. Cold front will slip through Saturday afternoon and evening, leading to much cooler temperatures by the second half of the weekend. Our forecast details, it'll be a partly cloudy sky tonight with a low near 8 degrees. Winds mostly south-southeasterly at 10 to 20, but becoming light and variable after midnight. Turning mostly cloudy with a high of 20 tomorrow. East to southeast winds at 10 to 20 shift northerly during the afternoon. Tomorrow night's mostly cloudy, lows near 8 degrees, north and northeast winds at 15 to 30, chance of precipitation tomorrow and tomorrow night at 20%. Partly sunny at times, 18 on Saturday, partly sunny, much cooler, 10 degrees Sunday, partly sunny, 12 on Monday. With your 620 CKRM Precision Weather Forecast, I'm meteorologist Russ Murley.
He's at it again. Matt's sharpening his pencil to save you money at Matt's Furniture. It's the Maytag Dependable Savings Event. Buy any 2 qualifying Maytag major kitchen appliances fences and save an extra $150. Buy 3 or more and save an extra $300. And buy any Maytag eligible washer and dryer pair and save an extra $100. See in store for all the details. Matt's Furniture in Fort Capel, Kamsack, Melville, and Foam Lake, or online at mattsfurniture.ca.
When you want the best for your truck, you want Line-X. Your truck has withstood the harshest elements Saskatchewan has thrown at it. Rocks, gravel, rain, sleet, and snow, and left with no chips, no rust. Line-X protective coating keeps your truck's bed liners, rocker panels, and bumpers looking like brand new. Don't settle for Brand X. Go with Line-X. It's serious protection. Come see why everybody loves taking their truck to Line-X Regina for their rocker panels, bumpers, and more. Line-X. Make your truck complete. 1865 McCarra Street.
Broadcasting from Century Studios in downtown Regina, Harvard Media presents The Sports Cage, where Saskatchewan comes to talk local sports. Brought to you by Nelson Homes, supplying home packages and RTMs for over 65 years. Be part of the show. Call 1-866-767-0620 or text 306-936-6262. The Sports Cage. Streaming at sportscage.com, our YouTube channel, and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
We're still rolling here, having a lot of fun on this Thursday for Access Communications. Sharky is with me for Flooring Superstores. Over 20 years in business now. We are giving away tickets. Don't forget, James Barker Band. I see it. I see a few of you have messaged in wanting these. Thursday, November 20th in Moose Jaw. 2 tickets at the Temple Garden Center. James Barker Band. Really, really good. Good energy.
Good Canadian country music.
On that show, yeah. So text in and just let us know you want to go to the James Barker Band. Colson's compiling. And then for the next hour, we are doing SaskTel Pick the Score. What's the score? Riders, Red Blacks, tomorrow. Kickoff, 5:30. We're going to award somebody 2 tickets to the October 10th home game versus Toronto. Colson's got those in his hands. Closest actually gets a $200 SaskTel gift card as well when it's all said and done. 936-6262. What's the score? Pick the score. You might as well hit both.
Yeah.
If you're leaving your name and number, and then we have it, and then we sell it. Just kidding. You might as well try and win tickets to James Barker Band and pick the score. That's what I would do.
I'd do it all. Why get left out?
Smarter, not harder. Isn't that what it is? A couple of texts here I wanted to get to. It's funny. Didn't I say at the start of the show, shout out to all the farmers and everyone that's harvesting, like I have every day for 2 weeks.
You know what?
If I didn't,
you
sorry.
missed it today. You did.
Your buddy, what's your buddy's name?
Grabby.
Grabby?
Grabby.
That's a sketchy nickname.
It goes with him.
Hey, Barney, how about a shout out to all the harvest crews working this year? There's 4 guys working together listening to the show. Thanks for listening, guys. Send us a picture.
Grabby, how many geese are down there? That's what I need. I need a feedback on geese.
Send us a picture of what it looks like. Great night for harvest.
Oh, yeah. Great night.
Yeah, have a little meal.
The weather's been awesome.
A little KFC. Speaking of that, tomorrow, game day.
Game day.
End Zone Big Crunch. All participating KFC locations in Saskatchewan, $4.95. The Big Crunch combo, $7.95. On Rider game days at all participating KFCs in Saskatchewan. KFC must be a staple in the harvest. Nice and easy. Get out there. Some bird, boom, boom, back in the truck.
Easy
back
to
in the combine.
Easy to keep warm, easy to bring out, right?
And even if it's cold, still good.
Still good, yeah.
The fries can be, but if you could just dunk them in the gravy, we've all done it. After a long night.
Put the foil on top of the carburetor somewhere and keep it warm. Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one that I wanted to get to here quickly was our arcade Pac-Man champ, Greg Sekundiak up in Stooner. He says, I think if CJ Avery was back in the lineup, we would have won the last game. Go back and watch the film of the prior game against Edmonton. I'll take your word for it. I don't have the time.
Go watch the game. CJ Rivas?
CJ Avery.
No, CJ Avery. Avery, yeah, linebacker. He's on the 6th game. He's going to be out for a bit.
Yeah. All the pick the scores are coming in now. Heavy Riders. Lots of people picking big scoring game tomorrow. So we got winning. Keep that coming. Also, this hour, a couple more from Corey Mace, and then Kent Majuri, a one-on-one with Dave, special teams coach for our Saskatchewan Roughriders. But right now, it's 5:11 on a Thursday. Let's talk to Glen Suitor.
Time now for press coverage with CFL and Saskatchewan Roughrider legend Glen Suitor on the Sports Cage. Brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. 781-2090.
Should we start with updates? Bob updates.
Yeah, or is it Bob or is it Betty or Barb? Like, where are we going with this? Do we know?
Well, when you see the updates, guys, you're going to see that there's two now, and I'm not sure if it's Bob and Betty, or maybe Bob has a son named Bart, and it's Bob and Bart, or maybe it's Betty and Bart. But that is my absolute ripped up, terrible front lawn, and in behind me there, with my U of S hat on, by the way, wearing proudly.
Yeah.
In behind me there are Betty and Bart, or Bob and Betty. I'm not sure.
I'm going to go with Betty and Bart. Okay. I think that's Junior.
Smaller, right?
Yeah.
Jackie? Like he's a little smaller, and that was a little concern for me. So when you're taking the selfie with the camera and you're holding it up, I am staring at the Bears. one little move towards me, and I am out of there. But yeah, that was Sunday, where they just kind of hung out there for a good 25 minutes, and you see Bart's just kind of laying there. I don't know what they're
being lazy. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe that your lawn looks awful.
But
like those things are just plopped. If you're not watching the stream right now, this is Glen's front yard, and there's just two black bears, which black bears aren't like aggressive, especially these ones in the neighborhood.
No. And they're living a pretty good life in Vancouver there, right? They're getting fed regularly, probably. People are leaving out snacks. They're going to be a huge problem at some point. Yeah.
Oh, here's a question. Do you know the answer to this question?
Well,
Sharky?
I don't know the question yet. So
anybody out there in Regina, any in Saskatchewan, is it illegal to leave out food for, let's say, the rabbits in the neighborhood?
It is illegal to feed wildlife.
Is it?
Yeah.
We got a weird neighbor.
You got to get a permit, or there's got to be special reasons for it.
My daughter was like, "Hey, they leave out carrots for the rabbits and the bunnies in the area," which I hate those things, especially when they start digging in my grass.
Yeah, they're destructive little critter, cute as the dickens, and nice with a sauce, but they're a destructive little critter.
Gross. That is so gross.
No, it's not. They're good.
Marty, are you telling me that you're having problems with your grass? Because I have these. In North Van here, there's something called a Schaefer beetle or a Schaefer bug or something. Anyway, I'm not a gardener guy, but it is just ripped up, and the crows they rip it up. So I'm going with gravel, or not gravel, but the rock look.
Yeah, like it's P-rock. Nice xeriscaping. Yeah,
like
xeriscape. No lawn mowing. Put that away forever.
Like you live in Arizona.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes, that's the look.
Just like you live in NOD where I live, and just start parking on your lawn.
Or I was gonna say, didn't in Breaking Bad, weren't all the houses in Breaking Bad like that with the rocks in the front and I don't know. I don't know. Hey, by the way, you guys, when I was listening in just as we were coming on, you have an invested fan base when someone texts you and says, "You guys have got to watch the film. Have you watched the film of the last game?" And Barney, your answer was hilarious. Laugh out loud here. I really don't have time to watch the film, but
Greg, it's not if they put that in my job description,
it's not going to happen.
You must watch film. No.
No.
I'm trying to figure out in the day with two jobs how I have time to watch film.
No film.
Let's get it going here. Were you surprised? Anything catch off guard? They saying there was maybe a little bit of a back issue, but the Riders are going with Campbell Fair kicking in Ottawa.
No, I'm not surprised, because if you're going to take a look at him, let's put it that way. If you're going to take a look at him, do it now with at least a couple of games and let Brett step away from it all and, whether it's something physical that's going on or it's still him with working the mental demons out because the inconsistency, we gave him a little bit of an alibi for a while with a new holder, and it looked like he had a new holder last week as well, correct? So that really does mess with a kicker's confidence a little bit, even if you're holding it correctly. And I've been through that in my career from top to bottom, that, working with different kickers in training camp, because there is such a trust factor. From the time the ball is snapped 7 yards in front of the holder to the time it's kicked is 2 seconds. It's basically the ball leaves the center's hand and is kicked in 2 seconds. So if you do it correctly, there needs to be a whole bunch of trust for the holder to the center and the holder to the kicker. Because if the kicker for a second isn't fully trusting the holder, he's tentative. He steps up tentative. The plant leg isn't right. I know that's giving Brett a bit of an alibi, and people are probably tired of doing that because we all like him. And I don't think it's over for him or anything like that. But if you're going to make this change and take a look at Campbell, now's the time. Now, I did a little research, did a little digging into his college career. He's going to have to be better than 70% in this opportunity, and that's what he was in college with his long at 55. Now he's older and more mature and all of those things, and trained and got ready for this tryout and was drafted and all of those things. So you expect him to be better than he was in college, but he's got to be better than 70% if he wants to take this opportunity and then make it a tough decision for Corey Mace.
Yep.
I mean, we're not sure which way he goes, but you make it as a backup player when you get your opportunity. Make it tough on the coaches. Make them make a really hard choice between two guys.
The way you described that, 2 seconds from three teammates completing three different motions, a snap, a hold, a kick. Think of another sport where three teammates have to do that in 2 seconds. Like, that's pretty unique, right? When you think of all the things that's got to go into it. Yeah. So there's a lot of trust, like you say, between Fair and whoever's going to be holding and the snapper that maybe they've built on the practice roster, if you will.
Yeah, could be. And, you have to go out and you got to make it work. I mean, you got to take care of your responsibility. If he goes, 4 for 4 in this game against Ottawa and, is putting him deep past, showing a big leg that is consistent, the decision becomes harder for Coach Mace, because this is not just a game or two now for Brett. And, and we'll take him for his word on the physical issue that he might have a bit of a sore back or whatever. But if that's true, then he's absolutely got to get that right before they put him back out there.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
We're going to have CJ Rivas playing safety for the Riders. There has been some miscommunication. There has been some big plays given up, and we've documented those. Those were shown. Hilaire for Edmonton last week, and then, against Montreal, there was a number of them. That stuff happens, Glenn, in football, and other teams are scouting it, and they might even need to know where the weakness is, and there could be some confusion. But to Sharky's point, when we were in hour one, he was saying he likes it. The Riders are trying some guys at different spots, seeing what you got, and all that. For me, I'd rather get down to brass tacks and try putting guys, where we're going to see them here in a few weeks. Where's your stance on that?
Yeah, I think the reps as a unit, there's two units on the field that have to be in sync, the O-line and the secondary. I mean, when you're in the front seven, you can run your stunts and blitzes and fly around and go to the ball. But if you're not coordinated in the back end, I always make the analogy of 5 links of chain together. And if you move the chain together, you're covering all the ground you can. But if you break that chain and 3 of you go in one direction and 2 in the other, now you've created a hole, and veteran quarterbacks will find that hole. So the communication involved in the O-line and the secondary is crucial to it. The downside of to me moving CJ Rivas is, unless Brooks and Rivas are going to do a lot of rotating back and forth. In other words, keep bringing Rivas down into the box, down close to the line of scrimmage, and maybe rotating Brooks back into the middle, or however you want to do it, maybe adding even a second DB in there, or I guess it would be a sixth DB in there. If he's not going to do that, and CJ Rivas is just going to play true safety, you're taking him out of position to make plays close to the line of scrimmage. And CJ Rivas is one of the best defenders that the Riders have. And he's got the instinct, so I have no doubt he'll be a good safety, and I have no doubt the communication level will be there and all of that. But if he's playing true safety, there's only going to be 4 or 5 times in a game where he will have a chance to make an impact unless they rotate him down. Now, I'm sure Corey will do that, and he'll bring him down close to the line and try to change things up by rotating the secondary. But unless they do it quite often, you're taking him away from the area where most of the stuff happens. I mean, one of the keys to being a good safety, an all-star safety, is to be patient. You have to be a great teammate, and you have to be patient. What I mean by that is your number one job as a safety is to protect the inside for your halfbacks. If you're in a zone look, you have a zone. Usually it's a deep zone. Sometimes you're robbing a curl or a crosser or things like that, but it's usually a deep zone. And you have to be responsible for that area. But if you're in any kind of man-to-man coverage, you're helping the 2 halfbacks and the short side corner. And you have to be in there. You have to be there. If you start messing around and jumping routes and things like that because you want a stat, you're leaving your teammates hanging out to dry. So that takes patience. It takes discipline. And that's going to be my question with Rivas. I've seen this happen many times where they take a really good linebacker that's a tweener and put him at safety due to injuries. And while they'll be a great safety, he's a great ball player, but is he going to be patient to be back there and take the plays when they present them, or is he going to get impatient and start to jump into the play and then leave guys?
That's a good point.
They've still got Marcus Sales, though, listed as a game-time decision. I mean, he's on the roster for this week, but he's GTD. That could change this whole look and makeup by the time we get to Ottawa.
Yeah, I think when you look at the secondary, and of course, not having Tavon Campbell has been a hit. There's no question. But if they are busting coverages, and if you have a communication issue, that's what's happening. You're back there and guys are not getting lined up right, or they're lined up right and they aren't being disciplined in their drops and in their zones. And that's where a leader like Rivas can make sure that they know where they have to be and get there. And if they're not there and the quarterback doesn't notice and they get by with a big mistake, then he'll correct it in the huddle. It doesn't have to wait till after the game when you see the film. Even though Barney's not watching, the coaches are.
I'm going to start tonight from midnight till 4 a.m.
I'm going to watch film.
I'll watch film.
I just love the deadpan read. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But that's the key, Sharky. Is I love CJ Rivas as a communicator. He'll make the plays when they're there for him, but I would be reluctant to leave him there when you're moving him away from the line of scrimmage. He has a chance to make way more plays close to the line of scrimmage.
I've talked about the Riders a couple times before about not being bullies when they play. And by that, I mean not finishing teams, not being aggressive, taking advantage of every opportunity. I kind of felt we made way too many mistakes against Edmonton. So did everybody else. But do you think they're going to be bullies against Ottawa? They're going to go in there and they want to show that this 2-game losing streak is an anomaly. Like, you guys are going to get a licking.
Yeah, I hear that sometimes, and I've actually heard Davis Alexander in Montreal say it, that's kind of their mentality, that they want to be bullies on offense and attack and things. I don't think at this level you can intimidate the opponent. I really don't. I used to think when the guys were trash talking, the biggest trash talkers were probably the most afraid.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the quiet ones you got to worry about. Yeah.
Exactly. It was the Eddie Lowe's that would come back in the huddle with his eyes like fixated and would not say a word. And we would look at each other and go, someone is going to get hit. Like someone is really going to get hit, and he might not even have the ball. And so you can be aggressive like that, but I think you got to be disciplined at this time of year. I think it's about assignment, alignment, and then fly around like your life depends on it. And if you get the first two, the last one is easy because that's about effort. And the effort's going to be there because they need to snap this losing skid.
That's
so
I'm looking for that. Yeah.
The effort's going to be there. But I think you can get inside your own head if you start thinking too much about, I want to take this guy's, I want to knock him on his backside. Well, then you might miss. So be disciplined, understand your assignment alignment, communicate big time, and put together a solid game. And then when you arrive at the ball, pissed off.
Those were that's what they say your eyes were like at Checkers.
What's that?
Back in the bar.
Glossed over?
Yeah. Never know. What's Sharky all about right now?
4 hard years spent there, man.
We got Bertrand Houdon back in the lineup, which, again, long time coming, and Kean Schaefer-Baker.
Yes.
It's like a wealth of receivers, right? We got guys coming in, guys coming back off injury. But Glenn, I'm almost wondering, and I know some people are thinking about this, and this isn't me being off my rocker. It almost feels like the offense now isn't as in sync because we're getting these guys back. The last 2 games, it just something doesn't seem right. Mind you, that last drive was great, but it just seems a little off.
You haven't watched enough film.
Yeah, no,
eyes
I would agree. I would agree, gentlemen. Like I think it has been a little bit off, and getting the starting group back out there, before the playoff. If we were going into playoffs this weekend, it would be a bigger concern. But I think getting back to natural positions. I mean, putting Keyshawn Johnson and Dante Myers on the same side was not what they started the year with. And, maybe defenses were rolling coverages there, and then the guys coming in and out, and Sam Emlis just returning, and, Tommy Neal being added to the equation, who I think has been kind of an unsung hero out there. But it will take a little bit of time, but this is the ideal time to do it. You got the playoffs are not wrapped up yet, but they're close. You got a couple more wins here. And then once you have that wrapped up and you're working on your chemistry, you're going into the playoffs with your starting group. And Schaefer-Baker, the thing we forget about Schaefer-Baker was, first of all, his catch radius. His catch radius is excellent. Yep. He's kind of like a Kenny Lawler guy as far as catch radius go. Not as accomplished yet, but you know what I mean. And the other thing you can do with Schaefer-Baker is throw him a bubble screen, a quick hitch out to the sideline, and he'll take it for 30. And then you add into the slot Sam Emlis to stretch the defense, and you have the balance between the 2 American receivers on the outside on each side. That's the balanced attack that they had at the beginning of the year, and that's the balanced attack they have now. Yeah. And now, Schaefer-Baker is going to take a half and probably a full game to feel completely comfortable again, but it's good to have him back now.
The way I look at this week for the Rider offense is they've added a bunch of parts on offense. Like they get 2 fullbacks, they get 2 running backs, they get 3 backup receivers. To me, they are adding more depth to their offense to maybe if somebody's not clicking, somebody's not following along just the way they want, they've got another body to put in place.
Yeah, and maybe it comes down to these mistakes that we're talking about. Like the coach knows better than anybody who's busting coverages and then on defense and who might be running the wrong routes on offense. And if you do that too many times, you'll find yourself standing beside the coach. So that's, that may be why they're just sending the message through the roster creation of saying, listen, the mistakes we can't happen at this time of year. The one thing in Ottawa, guys, they won't have to deal with on offense is Lorenzo Malden.
Yeah.
And you guys saw the trade, the Calgary Stampeders, and honestly, this is what I don't get about that trade. I get it from Calgary's point of view. They lost Flo Arimolade, and now they got a premier pass rusher. Like that, no-brainer for Calgary. But I don't get it for Ottawa. I really don't get it for Ottawa. And I don't get it because if he's becoming a free agent at the end of the year, which he is, and you don't think you can sign him back, and you think, well, let's trade him before the deadline so that we get something for him, because we're not going to get him back in free agency, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, especially where they are in the standings. However, Lorenzo loves Ottawa. His daughter was born in Ottawa. He probably would have taken a hometown discount to play in Ottawa.
See,
this doesn't make sense from Ottawa's point of view to me.
I thought for sure it was that you're not going to get anything for him. He's going to scram anyway. So at least you're getting something back. That's the way I read it. You're more in the know than I. What game do you have this weekend?
I have the Calgary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
How are you handicapping this game? I feel it's a bit of a statement game from both.
Yeah. We got good Zooms today. Talked to Lorenzo, by the way, who had such mixed emotions leaving Ottawa. So I know that from him directly. And is excited with this opportunity. We will put an ISO camera on second and long on Lorenzo Malden. He is jacked. Like he wants people to remember 22. I think it was 22 when he had like 18 sacks or something and was the defensive player of the year. He wants people to remember that, and they're going to cut him loose. So it's going to be interesting. It is a bit of a statement game. I don't think you're going to see Vernon Adams get into his own head like he did in their matchup 2 weeks ago in Calgary. I mean, everybody talked to him about Nathan versus Vernon Adams. This is your chance to show, all that stuff. And he threw 2 picks in the first 6 throws. So I don't think you're going to see that out of VA this time. He's going to settle in and run the offense, and we should have a pretty, I would say, a higher scoring game. Although every game is a journey. Never know.
Okay, I want to leave you on this. You have to. I think you've heard how exciting Canada's women's flag football team, USA women's flag football team, Sunday night football, Buffalo in the stadium. We're not sure if NBC is going to show any of it. Arash Madani was on earlier. We were talking about it. But they're bringing in both teams for a 10-minute exhibition match at halftime.
Absolutely love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. This is the entry point in our game. This is where young kids, first of all, we can showcase our great athletes that are going to represent the country in a couple of years in the Olympics. But also, this is the entry point where, as a kid, you can learn the great aspects of the game of football, which is the ultimate team sport, and how you have to be selfless and how you have to learn to work together, how you have to learn discipline. Boy, do we ever need more of that in the world, where we can be more disciplined as just, in society, let alone on a football field or arena or whatever. But yeah, this is at the flag level. You can learn those great characteristics of the game of football. And then if you choose to take it to the physical side and you like the contact, then you can continue on and tackle. But how long until we have a pro flag like how long before we're
Arash said it's coming. The NFL's
made
doing
the announcement.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's far off, guys. I think this is great. It's
Sharky and I are throwing in resumes for play-by-play and color of it, and then
you're gonna have to watch some film if you do that, Barney. I'm sorry.
Nice. Zing. All right, buddy. We can leave it on that. That was a good way. To go out. We'll regroup next week. Travel safe, buddy, and have a good weekend.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Press coverage of Glen Suitor is for Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They're going to treat you right. Get that furnace tuned up right now. Bronco Plumbing and Heating, or get a new furnace. 781-2090. They will treat you right. Break time. We still have. We're pick the score. Let's go. We got 20 minutes left to pick the score. 936-62-62, and also 2 tickets to the James Barker Band in Moose Jaw. November 20th. For that one, you just got to tell Colson that you want to go see James Barker. He's going to pick somebody from that. It's the Sports Cage. We are on our YouTube channel through sportscage.com, and we are on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
Rider Nation lives on 620 CKRM. I'm Dave Thomas, voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Friday is game day as the Riders take on the Ottawa Redblacks. Countdown to kickoff with Justin Dunk and Tegan Whitkos at 2:30. The pregame show's at 4:30, and kickoff with Luke Mullender and I is at 5:30. Saskatchewan Roughrider football on the Cooperators Rider Broadcast Network is brought to you by Salford Equipment, Western Ag Professional Agronomy, and the Saskatchewan NDP Caucus. Stream every moment of Rider football at sportscage.com.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
So, since that little ding on my car last week, I don't know where to take it. I don't even know.
That's easy. Take it to Regina Motor Products.
Who said that?
I did. Down here. I'm Terry the Tire. Regina Motor Products Chevrolet Collision Center and SGI accredited auto body repair is a full-service collision and body shop that works on all makes and models. Just submit your claim to SGI and set an appointment to get your appraisal done. Easy.
I bet you're tired after saying all that.
South at Highway 1 and 6, Albert Street. RMPChevrolet.com.
Sask Lotteries has over 50 years of winning behind us. And you know what that means? Lots of winning numbers. Numbers like over 1,200 organizations funded and 12,000 plus groups supported. $6 million given away annually in community grants. And the winningest number of all? $1.4 billion given back to the people of Saskatchewan through sport, culture, and recreation. And we're just getting started. Learn more at sasklotteries.ca.
It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Steelcraft Doors Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canadians.
If you missed it, looks like CJ Rivas is going to start at safety for the Riders tomorrow. Everything's starting here at 2:30. Rider Broadcast Network.
5:30 game time?
5:30 kickoff.
Love it.
Riders are 4-point favorites at Sports Select, so take that for what it's worth. Some high school football on right now. Balfour, Sheldon Williams, Winston, Noel Miller tonight. Balgoni, Estevan are at Libel at 7 p.m. Major League Baseball.
Cubs 3, Padres 0, top of the 8th.
Tigers are moving on to the next round.
6-3 over the Guardians today. They'll play Seattle.
Boston Red Sox, Yankees, 6 p.m. It goes. National Football League Week 5 starts tonight. The heavily favored Los Angeles Rams host the San Francisco 49ers. And some hockey news. The Calgary Flames extended head coach Ryan Huska for 2 more years. Sportscage.com poll today. Here, I'll ask you this.
Go ahead.
Who is the biggest threat to the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the CFL's West Division?
BC Lions.
You can vote at sportscage.com. Also sign up for the Insider. You got a chance to win. The ticker in hour 3 is for Regina Steelcraft Doors, made in Western Canada for Western Canada. We still got a one-on-one and an interview with Kent Majuri, the special teams coordinator for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, coming up with Dave Thomas. SaskTel picked the score. I haven't done this in a while. What are you thinking, sir? For pick the score tomorrow. And don't forget, End Zone Big Crunch, all participating KFCs. $4.95. Might as well get really hungry.
Yes.
$4.95.
Starving by the end of the show.
On game day, all participating KFCs. And then the Big Crunch combo is only $7.95.
I got like a 38-17. I get the Riders doubling up the scoreboard on Ottawa.
Colson, you got one?
I would agree with that. It's going to be something big. Let's go 41-8.
Oh, I'm not that crazy, Colson.
Oh, I'm just having fun with it.
Oh, okay.
By the way,
Colson got a bottle back there? What's he doing?
By the way, shout out to the 2 people who picked the Elks as the biggest threat to the Riders. I don't know if it's actually 2, but
Do we have to play them again?
I don't think we're playing them again, but I just looked, because when you vote, you get to see the results of the percentages of people who are voting. And I looked and I'm like, 1.5% say the Elks? Okay, that's maybe 2 people.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what, though? Come playoff football, we've seen it. Some of you have played it. You've been through it, whatever. Who knows? Everybody's scary.
Yes.
In the playoffs. One game, showdown, weather come into factor, maybe an injury, who knows. Okay, yeah, there are lots of people are picking the Riders on the SaskTel Pick the Score. You had a chance to win a $200 SaskTel gift card as well with that. I think that BC Calgary game,
it's gonna be fun to watch.
I don't want to use the word fascinating. It's interesting. It's an interesting watch.
Yep. It's going to be the one to watch. I really feel that this week. It's the game of the week without a doubt, and see if Calgary can rebound after what BC did to him last time. Because BC kind of pulled down their pants and gave him a licking.
Old spanking.
Yep.
I was talking to my kids the other day about spankings in school. The strap.
They couldn't believe it, could they?
See, I'd never had it. I remember it in the principal's.
I remember seeing it
in the principal's desk, and he pulled it out and he hammered it so hard on the desk once, and I was like, "That thing's legit." In grade 3, Barty's sitting there going, "Woof." Ruler though. Ruler stick was that was in play for teachers in the 80s.
My mother with a wooden spoon was as dangerous as any person on the planet.
Yeah, see that's why having the Ukrainian genetics and the big shlachka, the big backyard, I feel I got away with a lot of.
Really?
Yeah, meter stick. Go ahead.
My mother could throw that thing down a hallway and take you out like nobody's business.
Like a throwing star.
Yeah, she was like a ninja with that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it hits you in the eyeball?
She wasn't really concerned. You'd pissed her off. It was done. You were over. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. Wooden spoons never really scared me. To be honest. I'm trying to remember now.
Myrna was dangerous.
You start taking out a strap though.
Yeah.
Now that's big league.
The Prince of Darkness got the odd willow for us. Reminded us with a willow switch.
See, yeah. That was. I've seen that in movies.
We really crossed the line that day though.
What was your take? Maz and I talked about this yesterday. Do you know what the minimum wage is in Saskatchewan right now?
It's about 15 something.
15.35.
Yeah. I think I started at like 3.48.
Where?
Maybe working for real in high school, right?
It wasn't real back then.
Yeah, it was the Regina Exhibition Association.
Queensbury, were you working the track?
No, I was taking tickets, I think, at the fair. Yeah. Doing the entry gate at the fair is where I started. But I remember it was like 3.48 or 3.30, some oddball number in there, right? That when you think about it now, you go, $3. Like, what did I do with $3? Like nothing. Yeah.
Jeffrey's saying, I don't think they still have the strap, do they? No, they don't. You can't even look at a kid the wrong way now without some parents
speak to them poorly. Yeah. There's no straps anymore.
Like employers. Like, well, I'll just quit. And then they do. And then it's like, what?
Yeah, HR doesn't have a file on me. I get a drawer. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was that was a different time.
I remember seeing it. Al Pickard Elementary.
But Finn, 15.35 an hour sounds like a good number, but when you look at the price of groceries,
gas,
price of anything.
Yeah, I think gas was like 15 cents of whatever at the time.
I keep waiting for them to screw us on the gas prices at some point and jack it up and be like, oh, somebody in a
winter fuel.
Somebody at a refinery in Texas stubbed their toe and they're down.
We've had another storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Gas has got to go up.
And we just said, what can we do? We said,
that war in the Ukraine has caused the price of gas to go up.
Speaking of corporations and companies screwing us over.
Go ahead.
WestJet MasterCards.
Yeah.
Did you hear the new rub there?
Yeah, I did. I got the thing in the mail. I'm like, what is this?
In the mail?
Yeah. So at that time, I was still getting mail.
Okay, well, I got an email about it. But, and the thing, the wife and I were talking, we don't have another option. Really?
See, I have two different cards because sometimes you need a MasterCard instead of a Visa, right? Sometimes they don't take Visa.
And seldomly
it's
anymore.
Rare, but there are locations, so you got to have a MasterCard.
Like Costco used to get stuck because in Canada, Costco would take like Visa, and then it was the opposite in the States. So you get up to the, and we'd travel, and we had a place in Arizona, so we'd go to Costco all the time, and then it'd be like, oh, do you have the whatever card? Oh, and then now you're like, oh, we better have enough cash for this, or we're gonna look like absolute pigeons.
Loserville.
Yeah,
I'm taking my cart back through the store.
Hey, kids, go put this back.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look on the WestJet MasterCard.
I feel that they are what they used to be.
WestJet?
Like it was just like, oh,
they're not
fun
anymore.
And awesome and and now since they've kind of went more corporate and take over. Oh, and I saw today all economy class seats, and some people like this.
Don't recline. Yeah,
don't recline.
Yeah,
I seldomly recline my seat in economy. I sit upright when I'm watching film on the plane. No, but that one doesn't bother me.
Air Canada is now serving free beer, wine, and snacks to economy passengers on every flight. I just read that news.
First time we went to Scotland, we flew from here to Toronto, Paris,
Scotland,
Edinburgh.
Oh, okay.
And that was when that volcano was going off years and years and years ago, and there was like that massive ash cloud in the sky.
That was in Iceland?
Yeah. So we had to go way south, and it added like 2 hours to the flight or something, which I don't care. So we get on this Air France massive in-coach, whatever, big plane, awesome. And I'm like, this is pre-Indiga days. I was like, oh, I'm going to hammer back gravel.
Yep.
Or a NyQuil.
And have a nap.
So I sleep because you get there and it's daytime. Yep. That's the catch when you're going over to Europe, right?
You fly at night.
So they come wheeling down with this cart of, I remember it, wine and Heinekens. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll have one. I started like getting out my card. She's like, no, they're complimentary. And I'm like, what? I'm like, can I have two? Just a straight hobo. Can I have two?
You have free beer?
And she's like, all of them. Well, I'm not supposed to. Oh, meanwhile, Harry, who co-hosts with me once in a while, he's on there puking his guts out. The whole flight.
Can't fly or what?
No, he's on the plane. But he's on because he's running to the back. Like I felt so bad for the guy. So I'm like, okay, she's giving, hey, just get one. Just get one. So I got three, right? And I'm like, oh, baller, gonna get a buzz on, going over to Europe. But what did I forget?
The gravel? Had you already taken it?
So I get like almost done that first beer, and then I am out. So that lady must have come by and been like, what a lightweight. Look at this guy.
Pigeon taking the full beers away.
They were gone when I came back, and then they leave the meal for you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was free. And I think that's actually quite common on
international
over the seas flights. But
yeah, it's all over the news. Air Canada's free beer, wine, and snacks to economy passengers on all flights.
And WestJet is
up their fees.
Screw job on all of it. It's like, what was the one? It's like you have to $5,000 before you get your companion voucher.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think I should cut that card up into little bits and send it back to them.
What are you gonna go to?
I don't know.
American Express? They don't take anywhere.
Diners Club? Can I still get a Diners Club?
Don't be the D that shows up. Be like, oh, we don't take that here. Oh. Yeah, but American Express for business is supposed to be the best. Here's a credit card segment brought to you by
Visa. The only one we didn't mention.
Okay, so you guys obviously both heavy on the Riders. Tonight, Red Sox and Yankees.
I want the Sox. Anybody but the Yankees.
Why do you have disdain for the Yankees?
There was a time I just didn't like them. Didn't like their attitude. Didn't like what they were. Hasn't gone away. Yeah. Yeah, hasn't gone away.
Yeah, 2 rookie pictures, as Arash said.
It's going to be exciting to watch to see who comes out of that mess.
That's why that over is looking very, very,
Well,
very
and the
inviting.
bullpens are both beat up, so even if they get there, they get wonky arms coming out of the pen. So
Good for the Jays. I like your call. Let it go deep into the New York night.
17, 18 innings, be a nice ball game.
Deep into the and then so we have Detroit and Seattle punch their ticket. What's the score in the Padres-Cubs game?
It was 3-0. I'm just double checking that right now. We still have 3-0 Cubs, bottom of the 8th. Cubs will play the Brewers.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about baseball. I've made that quite clear. When it comes to the National League,
yeah, even less.
Coast Guard.
The Brewers are good. The Brewers are a really, really good ball team. Yeah.
Tonight at the Ritchie. Let's go.
What do you got tonight?
Regina Pat Blues.
And?
Regina Aces. Good. Season opener for both clubs. At the Ritchie, like I said, Bantam AA should be interesting. 2 Regina teams right out of the gate. Thursday
Limited
night.
tickets available. Limited tickets. Just about sold out.
Pat Blues -1.5, I heard. on the money line.
Is that at Sports Select or is that on a different line?
Oh, that's you got to dig hard to find that guy. He's on.
It's maybe not on a website.
Yeah,
you might have to make a call.
Just drive down Retallick. Ask for Crazy Ed. He's the guy you want. He's got the line. Okay, bud. It's been hey, no sports cage tomorrow because we have a tackle football game. That's right. Yep. Are you working it, Colson?
Good for you.
Colson will be here working it. I got a hightailor to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
I'm driving north to go moose hunting.
Oh yeah, Dana.
Yep.
Dana Radar.
Yep. Air Force Base.
That's an ominous looking place. When you're a kid and you drive by, your parents would drive by that, and you're like, ooh.
I went swimming there when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah.
That explains.
Well, when we were in Vonda, the detachment commander in Vonda had to know the Air Force, the Air Base commander in Dana. Yeah, so there you go.
Life lessons. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you again on Monday. Go Riders tomorrow. Everything starts at 2:30, Colson? Something like that.
It's 2:30.
Colson's going to award the winning, and let's go. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Take care.
The ball is snapped. He scans the field. He's going deep. What a play! Rider fans, make your own great play by going to riders5050.ca. You can now buy tickets for every Rider game, home or away. You can also sign up for the 50-50 Club and never miss a draw, including the weekly loyalty and early bird prizes. All proceeds support amateur football in Saskatchewan, equipping the heartland, and just maybe score a big win. Get your tickets today at riders5050.ca and go Riders! Riders 50-50 is presented by ISC.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. Combined with a LiftMaster opener, it's the right choice. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. And a LiftMaster opener. 100% made by Canadians for Canadians. Steady, tariff-free pricing and great quality, no matter what.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
At the cabin or on the farm, Access Rural Internet gives you speed and service you can rely on. Right now, get Access Rural Internet for as low as $69.95 a month for 24 months, including free service calls by our local techs, a free Wi-Fi router, and a strong, reliable signal matched by our strong, reliable customer service. Great service is never far away with Access Rural Internet. Visit myaccess.ca to book your free site survey.
Text CKRM 306-936-6262. From skid steers to tents to power tools, anything you need to rent for that summer job is at Prairie Land Rentals. Deal with the owner, 600 Albert Street. This is Sportscage. Watch our live stream at sportscage.com and on the radio at 620 CKRM.
Coach Majuri, I love your stopwatch and analytics all the time. You have the stopwatch out on a new kicker this week when you had Jesse Mirko take the spot of Joe. Coach, what was the stopwatch analytics looking like after game one?
Yeah, he did good. He had to get the rust off a little bit, and we didn't help him much in protection at times. So, but he did well. I thought he did good. Did exactly what we asked him to do, and his holds were great. He was quick when he needed to be quick in terms of touch to toe, and he's just going to continue to improve.
When you look at and grade out his performance overall, whether it's him or any other punter for that matter, are there metrics that you rely on to say, okay, this is what I needed to see as far as timing went, for example?
Oh yeah, yep, same thing. And we grade these guys every practice. So every rep, they know exactly, what those standards are, and they get a sheet after every practice. It shows their punt locations, their distance, their hang time, their touch-to-toe time, total op time, all that stuff. And then where they're punting the ball actually in the pocket or not. So all those things we grade, we look at, and they get graded on each one. So he did good.
I don't know how much experience Jesse had seeing a Canadian Football League, but does that change the punt game for a punter at all, coming in the width, the Canadian game, everything like that?
It's huge. So 53 and a third compared to 65 is way different, and it's way different for your lines and your footwork. Like, everything is so much different. The swing you've been trained to do for years in college, now it's a little different. So it's a growing, it's going to be a process for him, and he had a few growing pains, but he did well.
And of course, it looked like Edmonton at times was really throwing some pressure his way. Did you like what you saw from your unit doing and dealing with that?
All with the exception of one. We didn't do our job up front, which really hurts when you got a new guy out there. They're going to test him a little bit to see, and our guys let us down on that one. But all year they've been great, and they took pride and ownership on it, and just a miss ID.
Campbell Fair, we've had an opportunity to watch him at practice, and Brett Lother once said to me, he said, you know what, this kid is going to take somebody's job in this league, and I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to happen. What have you seen from Campbell Fair in terms of improvement since joining this team?
Oh, he's been awesome, and he's an ultimate pro. You see him out here staying after practice, does everything we ask of him. He's working to get better in all phases, so he does. He's got a bright future. He's going to be a kicker in this league here.
You look at some soccer-style kickers, for example, that can kick the ball 90 yards, and you say, oh, yeah, that'd be great to transform to the football field, but it doesn't always happen. What is so good about Campbell Fair's leg?
Well, he's long-levered, so he generates a lot of power. He gets great lift on the ball, and he's got good rotation. So when you're a good ball striker, it doesn't move a ton in the wind. And this place is tricky to kick in, and CFL is, period, because of the wind. But those guys who are elite ball strikers, the ball doesn't drift a ton either way. And he's got a lot of power and consistency, so he's getting there. He's working hard.
Perfect. Well, enjoy your time with the stopwatch, Coach.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
The Country Music Rewind with Colin Lovequist.
Hope you can join us as we take you back into our time machine to 1995. Looking at some of the biggest hits of our time period. That's coming up on Crawford's No Frills Country Music Rewind.
The Country Music Rewind with Colin Lovequist. Brought to you by Crawford's No Frills. Saturday afternoons at 4 and Sunday afternoons at 1 on Country's Greatest Hits. 620 CKRM.
Have you ever tried convincing a 1,000-pound animal to walk half a mile for a drink? Yeah, good luck with that. Cows aren't moving, and frankly, they don't care about your schedule. So instead of turning your pasture into a full-blown cattle negotiation summit, install a Keln solar livestock watering system. You can drop a pump just about anywhere. No grid, no trenching, no drama. So let the cows chill. You move the water. Keln Solar. They move water because your cows won't. Visit kelnsolar.com.
Get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
Meet Todd. It's noon. He's really hungry, and his stomach makes sure to let him know it.
Todd, we talked about this. No more skipping meals. I need cheese. I need crust. I need Western pizza.
All right. Western pizza it is.
Western Pizza. Dine in or take out today before your stomach starts making demands.
And get it hot, get it fast, Western Pizza.
This is 620 CKRM Regina, the voice of Saskatchewan, a Harvard media station. Streaming everywhere at 620CKRM.com.
It's 6 o'clock. Good evening. I'm Corey Atkinson from the SaskToday.ca newsroom with your 620 CKRM news. The Regina Police Service is appealing to the public after a firearms-related offense on Monday night. At around 7:35 p.m., officers were called to Elphinstone Street following reports of gunfire.